Unlike most episodes, the following Firebreathing Kittens adventure is not suitable for general audiences. In their role as detectives, the heroes investigate crime scenes containing deceased individuals. Please skip this episode if you may possibly be offended by descriptions of graphic violence. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Firebreathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by Moka.
Hi, I'm Moka. I have long white hair, amber yellow eyes, and I'm wearing a beautiful white dress.
Imeri.
Hi, I'm Imeri. I'm a wood elf, celestial warlock. I have cat ears and a tiger scratch on my left arm.
Mortimer.
Hello, I'm Mortimer. Don't mind the appearance. I'm just a talking skeleton.
You are all in the Firebreathing Kittens Guild Hall. The guild is a large building with a bar, a sitting area with wooden tables and chairs, and a wall with a corkboard and job flyers posted.
Oh, I miss the days I could drink. Now they just stain my clothing. How are you all doing today?
No, you don't want to drink. Trust me.
I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't do anything. That's the problem. You know what? I'm going to go check the job board to see if there's anything interesting.
I get it, because you're a skeleton.
I'll go check too. I'll bring my glass of milk with me.
They walk over to the job flyer board, and they see a few different job flyers, but this one stands out. It says, "Urgent," in big red letters at the top. Beast attacking pulpwood. 100 gold reward. Total. Pulpwood plywood executive rail tickets are free for adventurers coming to slay the beast.
Only 100?
Oh, yeah, because I checked, and apparently the Dungeon Master's Guide was like, don't give them 100 gold each at level 2. I was like, okay. So this is level 3, you're supposed to all get 100 gold total.
Yeah, the 100 gold's actually quite a bit of money.
Because, listeners, the players are level 3.
If it's any context, if you're using the same scale that standard D&D rules is, somebody's salary is like a gold piece.
And we should probably do a disclaimer.
Oh, thank you. Yes, disclaimer. This episode contains anatomy strewn about places. It's very disgusting, and people who don't like the horror genre should not listen. Just skip to a different episode. All of our episodes are self-contained. This adventure is in the horror category. Thank you.
Cool.
All right. So, destroy the beast, collect the money, come back here, and...
Yeah, I think we should definitely do this one.
Yeah, sounds good. I need some gold. This seems to be the highest paying one.
I don't really care about the gold, but it's very urgent, and a beast killing people does not sound good.
Well, quite right. That is a bit of a problem. Yes. So, let me see. Pulp wood. Does anyone else know what that is? Let me see. I don't know where it is.
Do a history check.
History. Hey, I'm actually good at that. And I rolled pretty well. That is a 22.
Wow.
11.
11 also.
Okay, so you guys haven't seen, but Mortimer has seen the job postings recently that have been recruiting people to come be lumberjacks in the Pulpwood Plywood Company town, which was recently founded in a primeval forest north of town.
Oh, that's right. I do know where this is. I'm sorry. Without a brain, memory is spotty at best. So, that's north of town, I believe, is where we need to go. So, yes, north of town, and we should be able to find this place. Come, Chauncey! And you see from underneath a table a dog, boar-looking thing come out. And so with Mortimer, he has just a little, like, animal-looking companion, but it's clearly a construct. It's made out of, like, steel. So,
Oh.
Yes, Chauncey, let's go. We're off to Pulpwood.
All of you had added on your map, there's a thing north of Port City, Nicomoy called Tumuli Wood. So all of you see that there's, if you were in a video game and it was like a little red dot in a quest, it's the company town of Pulpwood in the Tumuli Wood, north of the city of Nicomoy. Success. There are trains going there regularly.
Mm. Go and get a ticket. Oh, excuse me.
Well, I would say I would pay for the ticket for everybody, but I guess it's free.
Oh, the new public system.
You recall that the job flyer says that Pulpwood Plywood executive rail tickets are free for adventurers coming to slay the beast.
Ah, perfect. Take the flyer and go to the train station and it's like, we need tickets here.
They see your flyer and they open up a special box of tickets and it's all shiny. That's a good point. Okay. You were handed. So no, the job flyer is not visible to non-guild members, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. You receive shiny, glossy, fancy luxury tickets for the executive rail to Pulpwood Plywood Company Town. It looks like it's a nice place to work. They treat their people right.
Nice.
Very nice.
When you step onto the train, it's not your average train with teal seats and light-colored wood and large windows. This is like a nice train. It's got all dark wood. There's a pool table in the middle. There are chase lounges for laying down like halfway. There's those lamps, those red lamps that give the scene a very like pool table luxury like den sort of feel. You've never been on a train like this before.
This is a very nice train.
And you guys have about an hour on the train. What do you all do?
Hey, do you guys want to play some pool with me?
I would love to, but I'm in the middle of this really good book. It's called Companions, and I kind of want to finish this.
I think I'll pass. I need to do some maintenance on Chauncey. You see that the rubber gaskets around his neck seem to be degrading a little, so they need a little bit of lubrication, as it were, so that way they don't crack in the middle of when something's going on, and you don't care at all, I would imagine. So I'm just going to do that, and you can, please, by all means, we can carry on a conversation while I do this. It's just, I need to fix him.
I look around to see if there's anyone else on the train.
There is someone else on the train.
I approach that person.
All right. You approach a pretty human-looking, except that she has very, very huge hands. Like, huge hands. So, picture a normal person with normal arms and then massive hands. And she is playing pool by herself at one of the other pool tables. And when she hears you talk about playing a pool game, she looks up and then looks back down at the pool table. Go ahead and do an insight check.
Okay. 1 plus 5, but I think rolling a 1 makes it really bad.
You think it'd be really
playing pool?
It would be so awkward to talk to someone. I mean, you don't even know if she's heard you or not. It's talking to other people is hard, and so too shy. You play pool quietly by yourself as the hour passes, with Mortimer fixing up the clockwork dog.
Basically, his name's Chauncey.
Okay, with Mortimer fixing up Chauncey, with Imeri reading her romance novel.
Companions.
And with you practicing pool
By myself.
By yourself. As the two of you awkwardly don't play pool together. It's so sad when two shy people are too shy to become friends. Aww. The train arrives in town. Disembarking from the train, the view on your left and right are very different. On the right, tree stumps and shriveled, dried-up broken branches stretch from the train tracks down slope into, at the far distance, the sea. On the left is a green, verdant forest, so color contrast. The right is brown and tan and dry and drying and dead, and the left is green and lush. This is not a young forest. It's not the type of forest you can stand in and look up and still see sky. No, the canopy is thick and completely blocks out the sun. A dense, woody undergrowth fills any spaces between trunks. Where sunlight touches, leaves sprout to absorb the smallest light. It's like a veneer of green over dense wood. This ancient land is difficult terrain. Who knows what could be lurking in such an extremely inhospitable realm? Only a precisely cut square breaks the forest on the left. The company town of pulpwood plywood is cut from the primeval forest like a punch biopsy, straight lines starkly contrasting the ancient gnarled life form surrounding it. And then for the listener, I've given them a map of the town. It contains the following places: Armbands Bands, the tattoo parlor; Falaire, hair and nail salon; Healthburg, the clinic and pharmacy; Pulpwood Plywood, a lumber mill; and Puppify, a kennel.
Wait, there's more on the map.
That's a bunch of houses.
You can break into people's houses. That's true. That's technically possible.
What is
Didn't
a
think about
clinic
that.
and pharmacy? Did you?
Yes, Healthburg, clinic and pharmacy.
Ah,
Did I forget that one?
No,
I don't know.
I heard it.
Okay, sorry. What was the first one? The tattoo place.
Armbands Bands.
Where's that?
Between the park and the hill.
I remember
Oh, I
when I
see
had
it.
tattoos.
Okay.
They went well with my horns.
Can you have bone tattoos?
Yeah, it's scrimshaw. I'm not fond of gouging into my bones. The only thing I have
Branded?
left.
Mm.
Again, the only thing I have left. At least with skin, you could get that replaced. Yeah, and it wasn't so deep. It was only skin deep. Ha ha! Sorry, just you lose your body and your sense of humor changes. Look, like I said, I luckily kept my horns. I was always very fond of them. They always got me all the ladies. What was I talking about? Oh, right, we need to kill the beast.
So
right,
I think we should go to the Halifax's mansion first. Right, that was who sent the flyer.
Pulpwood Plywood. So, just to read this flyer, because no one has heard it. Urgent! Beast attacking Pulpwood. 100 gold reward total. Pulpwood Plywood executive rail tickets are free for adventurers coming to slay the beast.
Well, maybe we should go and see what's going on.
So, is there like a company headquarters?
Yes, Pulpwood Plywood Lumber Mill.
Oh.
All right, we should go there.
Are you guys going to Pulpwood Plywood Lumber Mill?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, not some random people's houses.
No.
Okay.
Just knock up. Hey, we want your stuff.
Okay. So they walk up to the Pulpwood Plywood Lumber Mill. Stacks of logs are arranged in a neat grid pattern outside a long building. They walk up to open doors. It's huge. It's a very tall building with a large doorway that trucks can drive in and out of. And you guys walk in through the open doors. Inside the building, the ceiling is very tall. A conveyor belt directs trees into a series of saws, over rollers, onto more saws, over more rollers. Each time, the pieces that emerge are straight and rectangular and smaller than the ones before them. Yellow lines are painted on the ground to show people where it is safe to walk. Large metal cages, much thicker than would be at a kennel, cordon off processed wood locked up for storage until ready to ship out.
So do we see any, offices or anything off to the side?
You do, and there are yellow lines painted on the floor to show you how to get there.
And
Stay inside the yellow lines.
I also look around to see any signs of what could be a beast.
Okay, go ahead and do a perception check.
9.
With a 9, you don't smell any beast, and you don't see any beast, and you don't hear any beast. What you hear is very loud saw sounds coming from the grrr as the trees are cut up into pieces before you. It smells like sawdust, not like beast, and you see a bunch of machinery and thick metal and wood.
Do they have, earplugs?
Yes. There's a bag of earplugs right at the entrance so that everyone can just reach in and grab. They're sealed in little individual
baggies.
Oil skins. Ready to use. It looks like it's a type of magical cotton fluff that you can stick into your ear.
Ooh, Mortimer picks it up and wads it up to put it in his ear and puts it on the side of his head and it just falls away. Oh, right. I don't have ears.
I don't think your hearing can get damaged by this, can it?
Probably not.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't need these.
He just feels like he's missing out.
Oh, on life.
All right, so on our way to the
Do cattle
offices
have ears?
And
yes.
I'm gonna get some for
inside their flat skin, underneath their scales.
Yeah.
I, instead of using earplugs, I just tightened the muscles inside my ear so that the sound kind of fades out a little bit, but I can still hear.
What race are you?
That's smart, but a human person can do it too. You know, when it's really loud, you kind of
What?
You've never
No.
You clench your teeth and then never mind. I
No.
think it's just me.
Okay.
Well, you don't really clench. You
whenever,
you kind of.
Whenever you walk into a factory, you should wear earplugs. Very loud.
I've never heard people doing that. That's definitely not an experience I've ever had, so.
You guys don't do that?
No.
I don't know, I don't know. It closes off my ears a little bit, or it prevents too much sounds from coming in.
Huh. Yeah.
But it sounds like I'm on an airplane
opposite.
though when I do that.
Oh.
Hmm.
That's possible.
Or
Some people can
when your
wiggle their
ears are
right?
popping.
Okay.
You know how when your ears are popping on a plane, instead of opening your mouth, you can also wiggle your ears a little bit, kind of. I don't know. The insides of the ear. Never mind. Okay, I'm weird.
Well, I'm jealous.
I take
now.
some earplugs so I don't look weird because then I put them on.
Okay. Our adventurers are having protected their ears, or wishing that they could, or not caring whether or not they can, because they have other abilities. They follow the yellow lines, I guess. Is that what you guys are doing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the office. One of the offices says, Bert Halifax. The door is closed and the lights are off. One of the offices says, Grace Bowes. The light is on and the door is slightly ajar.
I'll knock.
Okay.
Which door?
Which door are you knocking on?
Grace.
Okay. She says, Come in.
Gonna open the door and pull out the flyer. Hi, we're with the Firebreathing Kittens Guild. We have this flyer about a beast, and we were asked to come and deal with it.
What greets you inside is the tear-strewn face of a person who's crying moments before you walked in. She's sniffling and she wipes the tears off her face and she puts herself together, doesn't admit that she was crying, and just strongly says, "Yes, thank you for coming."
I'm gonna look around and see if there's a tissue box.
There's no tissues.
Oh.
"Thank you for coming, adventurers." Sniffle. "Our CEO, Bert Halifax, was found dead this morning, torn to pieces by some great beast."
Is that why the door's closed and the light's off?
"He'll never come to work again."
Was he murdered in there?
"No, he was found dead this morning in his house. Thank you so much for taking this case. Please, slay the beast and avenge Bert, our great CEO."
She did it.
She's hiring you to kill herself?
No, that's what people do to avoid being captured, or the suspect is always, the killer is always
crying in rooms by themselves. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a theory.
She did it. Now she's hiring us to find a beast.
She's a character actor, okay? She's getting into the role. All right. So do we think we should? So, do we?
So you say beast? Do you know it was a beast, or was it possibly?
She bursts into tears and can't hold it together anymore, and directs you to Bert Halifax's house, where he was just found, like, hours ago. It's the crime scene is all still intact. If you'd like to investigate, please investigate.
Okay, and would you mind if we get a key to his office too? We might need to go in there and investigate a little bit as well.
She pulls open a drawer and takes out a key and hands it to you all and closes the drawer.
Thank you. You should
Here's the key.
Probably take the rest of the day off.
I can't. Without me, this whole town would shut down. Bert was our guiding light.
Afternoon. Not even just for an afternoon to grieve just a little bit?
I can't, no. And she goes back to work. She's got papers to fill out. You guys now possess the key to Bert's office and instructions that the crime scene is active at Bert's house.
Dun 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 dun.
Mortimer kind of reaches into a pocket he has on his vest and pulls out like a hanky or something. And just like gingerly hands it to the woman. It's like, "Here, you seem like you need this. I hope we can solve this in a timely manner, and
such a gentleman.
All will be well."
She's genuinely comforted by that, and you can see that maybe you made her day a little bit better. She says thanks.
No problem. Let's go check out the body.
And then she cries again.
Oh, sorry, damn it. We should leave the office before I start saying more things.
They leave the office.
He walks outside.
And they walk along the yellow lions. You're now standing outside of the pulpwood plywood lumber mill. And just to remind everybody, you have a map. It has Armbands Bands, the tattoo parlor, Falaire, hair and nail salon, Healthburg Clinic and Pharmacy, Pulpwood Plywood, the lumber mill, and Puppify, the kennel, along with a variety of houses.
So I think we should go to the mansion, examine the crime scene to figure out what we're dealing with.
Wait, should we check out the office first since we're here?
Oh, right, you can't do that, yes.
We got to figure out what we're looking for.
I'm not inclined to think that there's anything related. I mean, it could just be a random killing, although it does seem a little targeted. But for what purposes? Well, here's the problem. We don't know
That's
what we're
what I
looking
was
for in
trying
the
to figure
office.
out.
Are we looking for paperwork? Just a gun?
I mean, this says a
safe?
beast. So are we looking for, like, a beast? Or was it murder?
Right. If we find that it's murder, then it's like, okay, maybe investigate the offices. If we find it's just a beast, well, we can wander into the woods and hopefully we just murder the thing. If we do the murdering instead of it doing the murdering, and do the murdering thing until it's murdered all it's murdered. And we should go to the mansion.
Okay.
Tell me what you do.
We're gonna go to the mansion.
Go to the mansion.
Okay.
We walk down the yellow brick road towards the mansion. Seems like it's south of the
We
lumber
skip.
mill.
Oh, that means I'm Dorothy because I have Toto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which one is the Cowardly Lion and which one is the Tin Man?
I'll be the Tin Man.
Neither of them had a quaddle, though.
They walk down the yellow road. It is yellow on this map.
Mm-hmm.
From Pulpwood Plywood Lumber Mill to Bert Halifax's mansion. A multi-story brick building with cylinders rising from it and a lovely Victorian style sprawls over a massive lawn. This is, if you look at the map, this is 3 normal house spaces.
Is it gated in?
There is a gate. It's open, though, today, and you can just walk in. In fact, lots of people are going in and out. It looks like there's a person who is departing right now, and you can walk past them and go right into the mansion.
Does he look like a police officer?
Actually, so that's interesting. He has pulpwood plywood on his shirt. This is a company town. Means the company owns everything in the town. So, they walk up the long driveway to the house. And this is when I'd like everybody to roll an investigation check, and how good you roll determines what you find in the house. It's a mystery. I have clues. So I've ranked the clues by very good roll, medium roll, so.
Well, I wrote a 10.
14.
Okay.
I got a 19.
Ooh.
A 10 and a 14 and a 19. So the 10 and the 14 are out front, and they're walking up to the house with Mortimer falling behind. And they are greeted by a person who's standing at the entrance of the house being questioned by people. The people are wearing pulpwood plywood on their shirt, and the person who's being questioned is a random race roll. Wow, that's an at 20. They get to be human. Okay, human.
If you crit succeed, you get to be human. Wait, what?
So, the person talking to the group of pulpwood plywood employees, it looks like they're the security guards for pulpwood plywood, is answering questions. For the people who walked up, you guys get 1 question each, and then for the person who succeeded, you get 2 questions once you're inside. So, go ahead and ask a question to this person who's starting, and he's telling the story of how he came in this morning. He's the butler to Bert Halifax to serve him his morning coffee and tea, and when he stepped inside, it was just the most horrible scene. So, 1 question each from the 2 who failed. Moka and Imeri.
Where was the body found? Like on the bed, on the floor?
The body was found on the floor of the bedroom. Oh, so horrible.
Were there any signs of forced entry?
Yes, the window was torn open. The window frame itself was splintered and broken, with glass all over the floor on the inside. It's a 2nd-story window. And now you can go inside.
This got mad hops.
Yeah. Having asked this shaken butler some questions. No, he's going to say the butler did it?
No, he didn't do it.
Nah, he's pretty distraught.
Okay.
That lady, however, who was crying, she did it.
Grace Bose, definitely her. All right. Well, it is one of the people you meet in town, or possibly a beast from outside town, or possibly one of the murdered people who's not really dead, or possibly a rival company, or... Okay, so there is an option that is... Okay. Anyway.
He's not really
walk
dead.
inside-
Gave us too much info.
Yeah, so many possibilities at this point. Gotta keep all our options open. So they walk into the house, and again, crawling with security guards, people everywhere. By the way, very bad for crime scenes to have a lot of people in there, but these aren't police, these are company security guards. And everyone is tromping through the rooms with their shoes, mixing the ground debris from one room to another.
Oh,
There's
no.
definitely no footprints you can get from this scene, and who knows what fingerprints are valid and what fingerprints are from the people who are on the security team. So, with sighing to yourselves because this investigation is not being handled properly, you walk up a grand stairway to the second floor. At the end of a long hallway, a dark-colored wood door is open, and people are milling inside the room. This is when, Mortimer, you get 2 questions inside the room with the body, which is lying on the floor, and a window is splintered. The wood frame is splintered and glasses all laying on the ground close to the wall on that side of the room.
Okay. Are these questions I'm asking you, the GM, or questions?
We'll roleplay it.
I would like to investigate the wounds on the body, if that's possible.
Excellent choice. The body is lying both face down and face up on the ground. The bottom part... disclaimer, if you don't like stuff that's gross, don't listen to this episode. The feet...
It's your second warning.
Yeah, the
Face.
feet are...
Wow.
The feet are pointed up in the air, but the torso is twisted and face down. You can't see his face unless you flip him around. And there's a large pool of blood in the middle. His left thigh is consumed.
And there doesn't appear to be any sort of bite
Yeah,
marks.
there's...
No, hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, on the torso.
Well, are you going to flip him over? Because that would be your second thing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think of... Okay. No. It doesn't matter how the wounds. It's clearly bite marks, cut in half. So I'm going to...
I think he's twisted.
Look around the
not
room.
cut.
Well, his his thigh is consumed.
Well, I think that's... So, to try to play off the possibility that this was murder and not just a random beast, I'm going to look about the room and see if something is like disturbed, as if somebody was looking for something.
Excellent question. The room is completely destroyed. Large chunks have been ripped out of furniture, the bed. There's the stuff that's normally inside beds is all around the ground. The pillows are ripped to bits. Papers are strewn everywhere. Blood is unfortunately decorating the scene. And there's broken glass all over the ground, and a chill wind is blowing in from the window. The room is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
He fought.
Yeah.
And that is the end of the second question.
Yeah.
So, sorry guys.
Let's not
this
get
is
twisted here.
a bit gory. I do apologize. There was a request for that kind of tale today. So that's what we're gonna... There's a real pressing, urgent need for you all to fix the problem in town.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's definitely dead.
Did you poke at him to be sure?
Not quite, but typically your feet are supposed to point in the same direction as your torso. It's clue number 1. Yeah, that's all I got. He looks like he put up quite the fight. The room is destroyed beyond recognition. I don't know if anybody took anything. I didn't know it was here before. I was kind of hoping there'd be like an obvious sign. But I have nothing.
Can I kind of like touch him to see if he's cold?
How much do I know about dead people? Not very much. I don't know if he's cold or warm. I'm gonna go with he's not room temperature, but he's not alive temperature.
He just died, and all of a sudden, Firebreathing Kittens had to fly like instantly, and then it took an hour of train to get here, and then we spent some time in the lumber.
Ignore the body temperature thing. I don't know.
He's probably cold.
I don't know.
That was my way of making sure he's actually dead.
Oh yeah, dude's dead.
And not like...
Yeah,
not
like Moka's
he's
going for the how many hours have
morning.
passed since he died angle on that.
Well, I was more
you.
looking to see if it was real or if he like planted like a fake body or something. And he's not really dead.
Definitely dead. Very dead.
So, are you saying this body could have just died?
It wasn't very... So, the thing about, like, actual, like, corpses and temperature is that I think they stay, like, 70 degrees for, like, a day. Before... Like, don't make me look that up.
I don't know.
I'm not looking it up.
I'm on enough watch lists.
Wait, so the
I don't need to
flyer
look that
said
up.
there's a beast, but it didn't say someone was murdered. So this could have happened very, very...
Well, they did say
in
it
the
happened this morning.
What time is it now? Is it noon?
It's noon.
Yeah, I mean, that flyer's been up, so they clearly were having an issue. So I think we need to find other locations of maimings.
Well,
we can ask around
to
the
find
town
more
to see
evidence.
if they know anything.
I think we should go to the hair and nail salon. If
You just want to get your hairs and nails done.
But if there's any place we're going to hear gossip, that will be it.
I can't deny that.
Ooh, I could get my nails done.
Yes, and that too.
I'll just stand in the corner.
Oh, because you don't have hair
or nails.
You can get polished.
Their bones. You can get their bones painted.
I can get my horns polished, yes. For those wondering, Mortimer used to be a tiefling. So that's why he's a skeleton with horns.
Okay.
Either way.
Maybe they got a massage parlor there too. Wait, that doesn't...
Unless it's a chiropractor, it's not going to do much. So we make our way towards the hair nail salon.
All right, that's across the road from Bert Halifax's mansion. I really did make a map, listeners. Okay, they're visiting Flair Hair and Nail Salon. I've got a thing to read. Okay, so the room is full of people, and I'll describe the room. The room is 20 feet wide. A center walkway stretches out 70 feet long. Wood-framed mirrors are hung on left and right walls, each in front of its own chair. Each chair is secured to the ground and has a lever to adjust its height. And it's full of people.
Does someone greet us and ask us if we have an appointment?
Do you guys have walk-ins?
There's a sign on the door that says walk-ins welcome. Let's see what race this person is. Okay. That's interesting. He also... another comment on the hair and nails. This person has no hair whatsoever. He's an automaton, which means that he is shiny, and I'm going to make him... Ooh, I'm going to make him white like the iRobot people. Shiny, shiny white. So a tall, thin automaton greets you. He says, "Welcome to Flair. Walk-ins are welcome. Would you like one of our services?" And he, gestures gracefully to this list of things that you can have done. Your hair would be 1 gold. Your nails would be 1 gold. I'm a lazy DM. Your bone shining would be 1 gold. And you can also have a facial. 1 gold.
Do you have like a deluxe package to get all of these?
Yes, 6 things for 5 gold.
Alright, so I'll take 5 gold.
I don't need my bone polished.
I guess that's a teeth whitening.
Okay, teeth whitening.
Would you like
bone polish?
Would you guys like anything? I'll pay. It's my treat.
I'm fine. I just recently had my horns polished, so.
Oh, I can pay. I'll just get my nails done.
I'll pay. It's my treat.
Oh, why, thank you. I haven't been on an adventure lately, so I don't have much gold.
Excuse me, Sir Automaton. Well, Madam Automaton, I don't mean to
It's a
assume
guy.
one way or the
His
other.
name is Lincoln Weddle, and he tells you so. Actually, he has a name tag, and it says Lincoln.
Do you know of any information concerning the recent murders, maimings, attacks, death?
Murders? Wait, what?
People died because of a beast? Do you know any information about
He
that?
looks
possibly?
very unhappy and shocked, and he's like, what? And then he's like, excuse me, and he goes in the back, and he starts talking to one of the other people. She's standing next to a hairdressing station, and he's like, what? So they're having a furious conversation back there, and
They did it!
and then
Everyone did it.
ever the professional, he returns to the front desk and says, that does appear to have happened. Would you like the full package then? And you can tell that he's got, he is trying his best to keep it together. And he did just find out about a murder from you guys, but he's also still willing to do your nails.
Yeah.
The conversation changes tone in the hair salon, though.
I think I did it bad. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, we were supposed to come in and just try to overhear.
Sit down and listen in.
I don't frequent these places often. I don't know if you've noticed. It's just not my bag.
Well, I just need my nails done. That would be great.
Okay. Mocha is directed over to an empty chair. You're sitting next to a halfling. A very short lady. She is discussing the news with her hairdresser.
I'm too shy to talk to her, so I open a magazine. They're getting my nails done, so okay, I'll open the magazine with one hand while they, do my nails on the other hand, and I'll just eavesdrop on what the tiefling or halfling is saying.
The halfling is asking questions like she's scared, and she's asking for who died, what, when, huh? Is it active? What's going on? And nobody really knows. Everybody's just working off of rumors that, my cousin works in security and he got called in at 10 this morning. I wonder if this is about that.
Wow, that's really quick to get it over to us.
Yeah, there's a spell in D&D called Message where you can send information immediately. And Mary, you are having the whole package. There are cucumbers on your face and a white cream spread over your face. Your hair is wrapped in a towel. You're laying back with your eyes closed and your nails are being worked on.
And hopefully they don't touch my little cat ears up top.
They don't touch your cat ears. What do you say to Lincoln, who's doing your nails?
I mean, I'm sorry we startled you, Lincoln. That was kind of rude.
And roll a persuasion check to reassure him.
Ooh, that was a good roll. 18.
18 is very good. He's like, yeah, I guess that happens sometimes. And he's not accepting it, but he's also not imminently panicking anymore. He settles into the routine of doing his job. He pushes back the dead skin on your nails. If you're supposed to do that, don't fight me if you're not. I don't know. I've never had my nails done. And he buffs them and paints them and removes all the snags, and then he covers them in a final coat that'll protect them. He's also, like, putting lotion in between your fingers so that it's, like, smooth. I've never had any of this done. I don't know. What do people do to one another?
I don't know. I've never done it either.
You've got toe separators on your toes. Your little feetsies are sticking out. All right. And what else do you say to him?
So, by now they probably know who it was. Do you know if anybody out of town other than us has been here? Kind of like from another company?
And I think everyone should roll an investigation check. And we'll determine, because you guys are actively investigating, rumor collecting.
15.
17.
11.
Oh, Mortimer's outside in the waiting area, reading a magazine. Imeri, you get 2 questions. Moka, you get 2 questions. Mortimer, you still get 1. It's okay. All right, so Imeri, your out-of-town question is one of your questions. And Lincoln says, no, this is a town where people come to work, and they arrive in town, and they get one of the company-built houses. It's such a nice arrangement. You get a house assigned to you, and then you can live in it and work at the lumber mill, cut down some trees, and, you know, I got assigned a house, and I'm just here at the company hair salon, you know, Filaire. So everyone who comes here to live and stay. It's not really a tourist destination. So there's not been any new people in town, no. Except the ones who come here to work. And Moka, as Imeri thinks of her next question and Mortimer thinks of his, you're still just listening?
Well, unless I am still listening, now it's on the other hand,
you're sitting next to Imeri Monteiro. She didn't know about stuff and she looks freaked out.
That's the halfling? Or
the halfling.
Okay.
What was their name?
Emery.
Oh, I was going to say Imeri. Oh, no.
Emery. Emery. It's
Emery,
from the
okay.
list of popular baby names from last year.
And I'm guessing her hairdressers are also just as confused, or?
Yeah, I'm going to lump them in as the same person for information purposes. I didn't make that many people.
Okay, that's fine. And then the person doing my nails, does that person seem like she or he would know things?
How would you find out? Are you going to ask them something?
Okay, I'll ask him something, but I don't know what yet.
All right, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
You've got to. Mortimer, you're out in the waiting area. What would you like to know?
Do I hear anything about like previous events involving the beast?
Excellent. So you are sitting near Penelope, who is an elf. Penelope and you are sitting and waiting because there's a bit of a line has accumulated now that 2 people walked in and took up Lincoln and the other hairdresser. So Penelope and you are making idle chat. She's at first very curious about how you are just a skeleton. And she's like, oh, your bones. You know, and she's unfortunately not very Rico Suave, and she's going to say, I buy bones every week for my dogs at the kennel. Oh, what happens when dogs greet you? Do you get along with dogs, or do they try to steal your bones?
For the most part, yes, I get along just fine, because you see, the use of bones not moving. But every now and then, you do get the weird one who decides to try to make off with a hand or a leg or something. But then I usually, cast a spell, and that spooks them enough to not do that again.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Sometimes I just roll my head at them, and that scares them off
man.
when I start speaking.
That would scare dogs, yeah. I have a whole bunch of them at the kennel.
There was that one time, however, that one ran off with my head, and I had to go find it, and that was a misadventure I'd rather not repeat.
Yeah, that must have been disorienting.
A little bit.
You can feel your feet running, but you're not sure
Kennel.
what direction they're going in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow. She shows you a bunch of, I guess, hip bones from cows that she's got because she's on her way to the kennel to work. I'll just kind of combine these.
Oh. Do you... Cows? Do you butcher those yourself, or is there a local butchery?
There's a grocery store, and I just buy them there, you know. They're just dog bones.
Yes, luckily Chauncey here doesn't need any bones, do you, Chauncey? No, he doesn't.
What an interesting
Yes, he does, he
fellow.
does.
She's petting your dog. And as you think about what to ask the kennel worker, we're going to go back to Moka, who hasn't asked any questions or said anything. She has sat there, getting her nails did.
So relaxed.
Oh my god.
What's up, Moka?
Pressure.
Okay, my question is, since the bird Halifax is dead, who would inherit the lumber company or his mansion? Or who would inherit his belongings?
That's a great question. So, Imeri Monteiro, the halfling sitting next to you, says, wow, I didn't think about that. You're right. Bert is dead. I guess it might be Grace Bose then. She's in management for that lumber company, Pulpwood Plywood. Yeah, so I think she would be the one who would have to run things now.
Will she also inherit the mansion, like the belongings, or not just the company? Does he have any?
I guess his
Sure.
will would have to be read for who gets the mansion. But yeah, the company is company owned. He didn't really own the company. He was just working as the CEO of it.
His mansion?
So the house would probably go to the people who are in his will. Yeah. Ah, it's so sad. I can't believe if they killed Bert. Oh gosh.
So it's not very clear that he has children that his belongings would go straight to.
He was a bachelor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looked for that will.
And thinking about your next question, let's go back to Imeri, who has one left. You all now have one left. Imeri, you are getting your nails done by Lincoln, who is the kind of like if you've seen Will Smith's movie iRobot. He looks just like that. He's an automaton, and he's super classy, and he's working on your hair, and he's very carefully not touching your cat ears. And you feel his fingers massage your scalp, and he's standing behind you, working on you. You can talk to one another in the mirror. What do you ask?
So, we saw this building that was in construction on the way into town. Do you happen to know what they're building?
Oh, yeah, that's in the lot right next to my house. They're building another house there. It's so that people can move into town and start working in the lumber mill.
Oh, that's gotta be pretty loud there, doesn't it?
It is very loud, yeah, and you know, those loud bangs and the hammers, thankfully, they stop at nighttime. Otherwise, it would be very bad. But yeah, at nighttime, it's typically pretty quiet. Most nights.
Most nights. What happens on other nights?
Oh, well, last night I heard a bang as a door slammed. I think I heard it it carried across the water, you know. My neighbors try to be really quiet usually, but every now and then I think they go out at night.
May I ask who your neighbor is?
And audience, there is a map, and there is some neighbors. So there's a list of possible people who could have gone out at night.
Or it looks like it could be Asher Stipe's house.
Well, the thing
across
is, we have a
water.
map, but our characters don't know who lives.
That's true. So you know that there's a house across water and there's a house across the road, and those are both possible door slamming houses of who went out last night. Lincoln Weddle's house is next to some water, the road, the building and construction, and the park, so that cuts out a lot of possible homes. There's only 2 homes that it could have been. Asher Stipes, and Isla Yees. Someone went out last night. Okay, back to Mortimer. Mortimer is sitting in the reception area with Penelope the elf, who works at the kennel, Puppify. Letting your dog be a puppy again.
You hear of any strange events going on lately involving possible beast?
Oh, gosh.
Woods?
Well, I mean, these woods are so terrifying looking. Have you seen them with their gnarled tree branches and how you can't walk in them? They're so dense with underbrush. So, I mean, I'm personally quite terrified of those woods. I'm glad we're cutting them down. But yeah, there was an event last month. And last night my dogs went really crazy. And last month, something broke into one of the cages and killed 4 of them. It broke down the metal walls, and it ripped them apart. Yeah, this town's pretty crazy sometimes. Like, I don't know why we lived in this woods. I guess we're a lumber town, so that's why we live next to the woods. But, like, why did I choose to live here? I'm rethinking that for sure.
Interesting. Would you mind at some point if we, I'm assuming you've cleaned it all up at this point.
Oh, the dogs? Yeah, we buried them.
Well, yes, but the damage.
Well, the fence parts are on order. The fence is still ripped apart. We use the other cages.
Huh. Would you mind if we at some point today drop by? Because me and a couple of my companions there are investigating the beast.
Oh no!
Of course. Yeah, anything I can do to help.
If we could. Fantastic. I think we might have some other stops to make, but as soon as we make those stops, we should be able to swing by and take a look and put our peepers or lack thereof on the situation and see possibly what happened.
Yeah, anything I can do to help. Back to Moka.
Fantastic.
Last question at the hair salon. What you asking, Moka?
Well, okay. I noticed that there's a clinic and pharmacy in town, and I was wondering if you knew if there was anyone who needed new medication or is on crazy drugs lately that wasn't before, or who needed assistance or any healthcare recently.
You happen to be talking to Imeri Monteiro, the astrologer, who hates modern medicine and feels that the stars should guide you along your path, and that if fate takes you to a destination that you should embrace it. She's anti-medicine. She's anti-intervention. So she hates that Healthbird clinic, and she never goes there. Can't possibly have any information about it. But she definitely, since you asked a question, I'll tell you a bit more about her. She's very unhappy about the murders. As a halfling, she's always felt that the world is too large not to get her. And that's why she looks at the stars and has embraced what it feels like to be nothing. Even tall people are nothing compared to the stars. And with a little bit of a complex going on, she decides that maybe she's going to move out of town. So this is her last day here now that she's found out about... You guys are probably going to be here for several nights. So I'm just going to let you know. Imeri, not going to be in town tomorrow. So you can scratch her off your list. She's moving away. Scratch. Moved out.
She just moved to the top of my suspect list.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, so...
that implies I have a
for Grace
suspect
to tell
list.
us that nobody leaves the town, and then she's like, "Oh no, I'm out of here."
Grace did
Or
not
no,
say... Grace
Lincoln.
was the...
Lincoln told us.
Okay.
Okay, so that concludes you guys going to the Falaire Hair and Nail Salon. So now is the exciting time where night is falling. It's rapidly becoming evening. And what are you guys going to do overnight?
Is there like a hotel or anything here?
There's not.
Well, before we do anything, we exchange information that we gathered.
Right. So, kennel, bad shit happened there. Some dogs got murdered.
And then I go, there's probably a will somewhere. See who's gonna inherit everything.
Maybe we should go to back to Pulpwood. We could check out the office
With the key we have.
and
Yeah.
see if Grace is still in. Maybe she's got a place for us to stay the night.
That's a good idea, because, well, I don't really sleep that much.
I only need like 4 hours, but still, it's nice to have.
Same.
I need my beauty rest, so a nice cozy bed would be nice.
On the way out, I was gonna tip Lincoln 12 gold. It's a 200% tip.
Good lord.
Okay.
Oh,
He
you're rich.
definitely accepts your gold. How much gold do you have left?
I've still got like 300.
Good lord. Alright, so, to Pope Wood?
Pulpwood plywood.
Pulpwood plywood.
And since
Should write
it's
that down, huh?
dark and sketchy, I will make sure I have my shield and mace
So,
ready.
is this like a 24-hour plant or just during the day?
As you walk up, you see a bunch of workers leaving. Just to read the description again, pulpwood plywood, stacks of logs are arranged in a neat grid pattern outside a long building. Inside the building, the ceiling is very tall. A conveyor belt used to direct trees into a series of saws, over rollers, over more saws, and over more rollers, but are shutting down for the day. Yellow lines are painted on the ground to show people where it is safe to walk. Large metal cages, much thicker than at the kennel, cordon off processed wood, locked up for storage until ready to ship out. So there's a lot of workers leaving. A lot of people have already left.
I'm gonna stop one. Excuse
Okay.
me, is Grace still in her office at all?
All right, so you have stopped a person who's in a jumpsuit. It has embroidered on the shoulder, Paisley Schrock. This is a female lumberjack timber harvester. She goes and cuts down trees. She says, "Oh, you're looking for Grace. Oh, are you guys here to help figure out what killed Bert?"
Yes, we are. We're with the Firebreathing Kittens. Here's my signet here.
Oh, wow, she's very impressed.
So do you happen to know if she's in?
She left for the night. It seemed like she had a lot of stuff to do. She looked really busy and stressed out. She'll be back in tomorrow, though.
Do you happen to know where she lives?
Yeah, Oh, do you guys not have a place to stay for the night?
Correct.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you poor things. Oh, and she's a very tall, strong lady. She's a lumberjack, but her heart melts at the thought of you guys just being sleeping on the street tonight. And she says, "Oh my gosh, no, come to my house. I'll feed you dinner and you can take a nap." Yeah.
Oh, that would be
no, come with me.
really nice.
You have received one dinner invitation.
If you don't mind, though, we're gonna go check into something real quick. Whereabouts do you live so we can just go there after?
She labels her house on your map. You now know Paisley Schrock lives here. So, for reference, it's behind the Flair Hair and Nail Salon, between it and Penelope Ormond's house. That's the elf who works at the kennel, Puppify. So, Paisley Schrock lives there. Yeah, come on, whenever you guys are done investigating, and you can eat dinner with my family and sleep at my place.
That would be
And
really
her
appreciated.
home is next to the park. It seems like there's a lake out back. It looks nice.
So we go check out the office?
Yep. Let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
Our adventurers, who's gonna try to put the key in the door?
Does anybody not have dark vision?
I have dark vision, so.
I have it.
Okay, we're all good then.
Mhm.
I'm gonna I'm gonna use my mage hand to turn the key.
It turns in the lock, and the door makes a clicking sound.
And I'm gonna use the mage hand to open.
The doors open. Darkness, I guess that you guys can see into, fills the office. There's a desk, chairs for people to sit across from the desk, and bookshelves lining the walls.
I investigate the room to see if there's any wells or if anyone has scavenged through his stuff looking for the well and modifying it.
It's pristine looking in this office. There's a window that looks out across the lawn, and there's a canal dug in for transporting lumber. So he can survey his domain and see his mansion, and nothing is disturbed here. There was no fight here. There are no blood spots here. Everything looks tip-top.
Any wells?
The will is not kept in the work office. That would be strange.
That would probably be in a home office.
Didn't know.
The desk doesn't have any drawers or anything. We can
It
look
does.
through?
It has drawers full of accounts. How good are you guys at math?
I mean, is that our history?
Intelligence, maybe?
Just intelligence?
I got a 17 intelligence. So
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I figure I'm kind
You
of
can figure out the math, yeah. How smart are the rest of you? Your characters?
10.
It's a 14?
10 and 14. So the 10's these are numbers. I don't like numbers. The 14 is these are numbers and there's so many of them. Oh, I could add maybe half of these together, but it would take me, oh gosh. So it's just pages and pages and pages and pages and pages, and then you open the next drawer, more pages and pages and pages. But with the 17 intelligence, Mortimer can tell business is booming. It's going really well for the pulpwood plywood lumber mill. It turns out that cutting down trees and shipping them to people is very profitable. So profitable. They do everything from thick timbers for structural supports of multi-story buildings to thinner timbers for things like shelving and floors and walls. And they also have recently arranged for a furniture aspect of the business where they can use their extra plywood is when you take bits of wood and compress it into bigger wood, and they can use their plywood to be like IKEA and ship people lightweight, ready to assemble home furniture. So business is booming. Progress is coming to Mooley
Well, it looks like things were doing good. No reason that anyone would really want to hurt him. Unless it's
Or
personal.
that could be why they want to hurt him.
Well, yeah, maybe. Huh. It's either that or it's just a random beast from the woods, which would possibly tie into them being successful as the reason why they hurt him. I don't know. It's a strange situation. Unfortunately, that's all I may will find is numbers, more numbers. As one finds in an office.
I'm kind of hungry.
I remember
Can I do
hunger.
an investigation check to see if anything seems odd here? Not in the desk, but
What are you looking for?
anything that doesn't seem like it.
A secret lover attached to a book.
Roll a dice.
Something.
Uh, 14.
You thoroughly investigate and find more numbers and stuff. It's an office. There are no levers.
Curses.
So like a laptop?
What?
Or a
There's
computer?
no laptop, no. That's not... Nope. Nope.
Wrong universe.
And my tummy starts grumbling. And it's pretty loud.
All right. Oh boy. Well, we should, I guess go and find lodgings for the evening. Seems like this is a bit of a dead end.
I'm gonna look out the window real quick towards the mansion. Do we see anybody still, like... Is it still busy over there? Everybody's kind of in and out.
It's still busy over there. They're probably picking up pieces of Bert.
Oh dear.
Was there 7 pieces or 4?
I found an ear!
Nope, that's my ear, not his. Sorry about that. Alright. Yeah, so I think we're done here, so... Ooh, kitty.
Well, alright, I think we should go eat, I guess, and then...
Well, maybe something will happen in the middle of the night to arouse our suspicions one way or the other.
Tell me what you do.
Maybe we should camp in the back of Paisley's yard. I mean, she said it kind of overlooks the park and everything, so maybe we could... It's got, like, the animal clinic there. We could kind of keep an eye around.
I don't camp. You can camp. By all means, have fun. I don't do that. These are very brittle bones. So, I think we make our way to Paisley Schrock.
Okay, Paisley Schrock is waiting in the lumber mill outside for you. She's just finishing up work, and you guys are so quick investigating the office, she hasn't even gotten done yet. And she says, oh, yeah, and she puts down her hard hat, and she's clearly the type who tries really hard at her job, and she just gets sucked into it again if she's near it. She's like, oh, sorry, I had to finish this one last thing. Very likable person. And then she says, oh, you poor things shouldn't be hungry. Come with me, and I'll feed you dinner. And she invites you all to her house. You walk across the road, down it a bit, past the Falaire Hair and Nail Salon. As you walk past Imeri Montero's house, you see that she is packing things into a carriage, boxes, one could say, and she is heading out of town. It looks like she'll be gone in less than an hour. And you make your way to Paisley Schrock's house. It looks like all the other houses. They're actually pretty identical looking. Progress has come to the Tmullywood. And you enter this cookie cutter house. It's got a small living room, a small dining room, a kitchen, and some closed doors. She welcomes you into the dining room and she says, yes, come here. My husband and I will have some food out in just a second. Just make yourselves at home. And she shows you to the couches in the living room and the like formal dining area. And she's like, please. And the bathroom's right down the hall and on the right. Okay?
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate the hospitality.
You hear feet pounding on the floor above as little kids are running around upstairs making a lot of noise. She says, of course. It's the least I can do. So she then starts to prepare dinner, and pretty soon it smells amazing. The whole family sits down to dinner. There's 3 little kids, a husband, and Paisley. The husband's also a lumberjack, and their kids attend the local school. They feed you a delicious dinner. Are you all going to eat?
I
Of
will.
course.
I do not, as obvious reasons.
Okay. But would you like to take a nap then? We've got extra beds upstairs. You can take a nap while we're eating, or...
Hang out down here and have conversation.
Oh, there's laughter and cheerfulness, the kind of thing that multiple small children just enliven the room, and it feels cozy. It's so nice. You can see why people come live in pulpwood plywood.
It makes Imeri really miss her son.
Yeah, being away from home for work is hard.
I, at some point, take off a couple of ribs and start playing the rest of my ribs.
The children are
like a
laughing
xylophone.
so hard. Yeah. You've got them like gut-bustingly loud, like loud laughter coming from them. Moka, are you enjoying your dinner?
Well, I want to do an insight check to make sure it's not poison.
Oh no.
Go ahead and roll.
22.
It's very clearly not poison.
Okay.
The dad takes a spoon and makes a little airplane into the baby's mouth of the mush food and says, "Vroom!"
And I have lesser restoration now, so I would be able to heal the poison.
Oh, good. And he goes, "Vroom, vroom," with the little spoon of food in the baby's mouth as you're checking for poison. Doesn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
No one's offended. And then, with the food complete, the parents are going to put the children to bed, and they offer you, there's several couches in the living room you can lay on, and she gets you some blankets and pillows, and she says, "Please, take a nap, do whatever you need to do. Thank you so much for investigating." So, tell me what you guys are going to do. It is about 8 p.m.
I'm gonna walk out into the backyard. I'm kind of gonna camp back there.
You're going to spend the whole night out there?
Yes.
You guys aren't going to patrol the town for the murders beast.
Well, I figure back there I kind of have a good view of the area where everything's kind of been happening.
Okay, so, all right. Mortimer and Moka?
I'll join Imeri. But before I do that, I want to ask Paisley if she knows who's been hiring or who's been commanding the plywood workers or security workers to be patrolling the house, or if that's okay.
Yeah, that's probably
Like,
Grace. Our boss, Grace Bose.
Grace has been telling people to go to there. Since there's no police station in this town.
Oh, well, we do have a sort of like a lockup area inside Pulpwood Plywood, the drunk tank. And that's where if anybody's having some problems, HR will set them straight. HR is what she's calling security.
Yeah, because security was really messy over there. They just trampling everywhere. There was really no way to figure out what was them and what wasn't.
Huh. So Grace did that. Like, she told so many people to go over there, and she didn't preserve the murder site.
Right, yeah, that's probably what happened. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's probably calling the shots, yeah.
To cover up her murder. Okay. I don't like this, Grace.
I think Mortimer, he'll, when he sees like everyone's winding down for the evening, the attacks happened at night, so yeah, he probably would have made the connection that probably if it's gonna happen at night. So he'll,
I think we could see Asher and Isla's house from the backyard.
No, you cannot see Asher Stipe's house from here. You can see the squares next to the square, but you definitely can't see 5 squares away. You can only see 1 square away from where you are.
Alright, then yeah, we'll patrol then.
Yeah.
Or I'll patrol.
I'll join you.
Yeah, I'll probably end up joining the patrol as well.
Okay, and I'm going to read out some houses. Alright, so you guys are going to say goodbye and not sleep? Oop.
I guess. We didn't really use any spells yet. We don't need to have any rest.
Alright, so please tell me where we have a map. Tell me where you're walking.
I'm gonna walk over by Lincoln's house, because he said that he heard some banging the last couple nights there.
Okay, you're walking by Lincoln's house, and I assume the whole group's walking together, so this is going to be hour 1 of an 8-hour night. Okay, roll the dice. Okay, next, Mortimer, where are you guys walking on your patrol?
I think over by the kennel.
Okay, the kennel is... so you walk through the park from Lincoln Weddle's house to the kennel.
Yeah.
Okay, gonna roll a dice. Okay, next up, hour 3 of the 8-hour night. Moka, where are you guys walking?
Asher Stipe's house.
Asher Stipe's house. So you're walking between Isaiah and Ariana's houses, past Armbands Bands and the hill, across the road to Asher Stipe's house and its lake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Alright, hour 4, where are you guys walking?
I think we should walk over by Grace's house.
Okay, so you're walking down the road, past the pond, past Lincoln Weddle's house, past the building construction, past the Healthburg Clinic and Pharmacy, across the crossroads, across a lawn to Grace Bose's house. The lights are still on. She seems to still be awake. Okay, what hour are we on? 5? 5, okay.
5.
Okay, roll the dice. Alright. Hour 6, where are you guys walking?
Doesn't matter where we walk, it seems like it depends on what you roll.
It sounds like it's pretty dependent on where we walk.
It is very dependent on where you walk. Something else may perhaps be also walking.
Oh, I see. So it doesn't really matter where we go, it's all about luck.
You're doing a digicross paths.
Yeah. Could we talk to Grace since she's still awake? What do you guys think? Or are we looking for the
up to
beast?
you.
I don't think we should. I think we should patrol. At least until morning. We could talk to her in the morning.
Yes.
Well, okay, we didn't check Isla Yi's house. Let's check
Isla. Okay.
Isla.
Alright, in hour 6, they're walking from Grace Bose's house, down past Pulpwood Plywood Lumber Mill, past the crossroads to Isla Yi's house. Oh, okay. So places they haven't been yet include Bert Halifax's mansion, the Falaire Hair and Nail Salon, Paisley Schrock's home, Penelope Ormond's house, Ezra Rodier's house, and the Puppify Kennel. Not recently. Okay. And Emily Montero's house is all the lights are off. Oh, okay. Yep. Isla Yi's house looks totally intact and normal. No beasts have broken in through the front door or anything. Hour 7 of 8.
Maybe we should walk over by the mansion.
Okay, they cross the road and walk through the Pulpwood Plywood Lumber Mill and along the road past Emily Montero's house, past the Falaire Hair and Nail Salon, and to Bert Halifax's mansion. Lights are off. There's 1 hour left in the night. Where are you guys going? Oof.
The building and construction.
Okay, they walk from Bert Halifax's mansion, down past Falaire Hair and Nail Salon, past Emily Montero's house, which is dark, past Colton Zahn's house, which is also dark, past the Pulpwood Plywood Lumber Mill, past Isla Yi's house, turning left at the crossroad, left at past Healthburg Clinic and Pharmacy. Where are you guys going?
The construction.
The construction.
Right
to the building and
site.
construction.
Right next to Lincoln's house.
Between Lincoln's house and the Healthburg Clinic and Pharmacy. So, okay. Oh, gosh. All right. Morning comes.
Oh, no.
And not everybody makes it to morning. You guys, didn't pass to a square next to the beast. So that's how mechanics work. Okay. All right. It's morning. And you hear a scream. It's coming southwest of you. You can hear it echo across the park, across the water.
We'll run over.
Okay, you're running through the park, between Armbands Bands and Isla Yi's house, between Isaiah's and Colton's house, past the Puppify kennel, to Ezra Rudier's house. You see a picturesque house backed right up next to the mangled trees and the thick, dense underbrush, and you hear another scream. It's coming from east of you. It's coming from east of you. Oh my. Hey, Mortimer, do you remember that elf you were talking to yesterday? The one who lives in a house right near Puppify Kennel? With a picturesque park next to her where her dogs play?
Oh, no.
She's got a dog with its collar in her hand, and the dog is barking. Bark, bark, bark. And she's holding the dog with her other hand clasped over her mouth. She's standing on the park lawn next to her house in the Puppify Kennel. Bark, bark, bark.
Hello, Penelope. What seems to have them upset?
She can't say anything to you. She's too horrified, and she points, and you can see what the dog's barking at. Bark, 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 across the lawn. You see a leg on the lawn.
Oh, no.
Bark, bark, bark.
Okay. I walk up to the leg and start, investigating this dump. Saying,
You're investigating. You see a trail of blood leading to the house. So, Paisley Schrock's family is dead. Unfortunately, while you guys were up patrolling around Asher Stipe's house, and Grace Bose's house is on the exact opposite side of town of this house, and the whole family that fed you and put you up last night is deceased. Sorry, guys. Bark, bark, bark.
So
the back door is broken off of its hinges and is actually in the living room on the dining room table, leaning up against it, where you ate food last night. Penelope goes back inside, takes her dog in.
all right. So.
Wow.
No notes inside? There's not a scrawled word on a wall in blood or something like that?
Nope. Everything's destroyed, though. It looks... They put up a fight. They did not win.
Well, I think we might be able to rule out that it was some sort of foul play. Or some sort of, well, not necessarily foul play, but trying to gain something. This was a worker. She had nothing to gain by murdering her other than pure sadistic pleasure. All right.
Or the beast Grace hired is rampant and she can't control it.
Imeri's gonna feel kinda...
I'm gonna reserve any conspiracies till after we capture this damn thing.
Imeri's gonna kinda feel guilty, feeling like maybe whoever is doing this is doing it because they're there investigating, and that's the reason they're gone.
They were after us.
They don't like that we're intruding, and
no, that doesn't seem to fit. Everyone here has been very helpful. There doesn't seem to be any animosity. There doesn't seem to be any secrets.
That's all up front.
I legitimately think that this is some sort of...
I mean, this is
beast
completely
from the
brutal.
woods who's pissed off we're taking its wood.
As they all debate, the town starts to wake up. Emery's house is totally dark still. It seems like she's left town before the night hit. Colton starts making tea, and he brings tea. He's just so used to bringing tea, and he sits out. You can see him across the lawn as he, way off in the distance, like a little speck, because he's 2 squares away. You can see him drinking tea on his back patio, not knowing what to do with himself now that he's not bringing tea to Bert Halifax anymore. Ezra takes out an easel. He's a painter, and he looks kind of like Bob Ross. And he's sitting out on his back lawn, way off in the distance again. Can't really see what's going on.
Is it a happy little tree?
Painting the happy little trees.
Not anymore.
He's not facing you guys. Probably doesn't know what's going on over there. Ariana is walking past Isaiah Tanuma Philly's house to go to her tattoo parlor where she does business. Isaiah, the town paramedic, it says good morning to her as he walks through the park to his Healthburg clinic and pharmacy. Asher Stipe starts walking up from past the Flair Hair and Nail Salon, past Imeri Montero's house, and you see him walk, cutting through the park pretty distant from you to get back to his own house in the top left. Seems like he was out last night. And the pulpwood plywood starts to get busy again for the morning.
Asher? So that was Asher that wasn't home?
Mm-hmm. He lives in the top left.
I cover the bodies.
And as Mortimer covers the bodies and security arrives on scene, I guess, as the day would progress, and they're gonna clean up for you guys and start arranging burials. I'm
gonna kind of instruct them on how to do it neatly, since I've kind of worked with police before.
And they operate with great respect. They've never seen anything so horrible before, and they erect caution tape so that none of the neighbors have to see this. Penelope Ormond is talking to some of them. She says, "Oh yeah, the dogs were barking terribly last night, but I didn't think anything of it. And this morning they kept barking, so I was up early, and when I went outside, oh God." And that is where I'm going to leave you all. It's been enough time for you guys to receive a break. Apologies for the murder mystery that involves a lot of deaths and stuffs. But, are you guys having fun, or is this too gross?
I'm fine.
We should have heard the barking.
It's a 1 square radius.
Dog barks really far.
1 square, my friends. How the map works.
Okay.
But are you guys... is this okay? I can tone down the gore if it's not.
No,
it's fine.
No, you're fine.
It's fine.
I'm more bothered that we let kids get killed.
Yeah.
Well, you've got time to catch the beast still. So, with that, we will conclude. Will they catch the beast in part 2, or will it continue to eat the townsfolk? Joining us for part 1 were Mortimer.
Till the next time we meet.
Moka.
I wish I can revive people already.
Imeri. The level 3 cleric problem, yeah. Imeri.
Well, we gotta catch this thing.
Join us next time as they try to catch the beast. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Firebreathing Kittens podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.com. You can subscribe to receive new episodes through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com and clicking on the RSS feed. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you. Welcome back to the Firebreathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Joining us are Imeri.
Hi.
Moka.
Hey.
And Mortimer.
Hello.
Everybody, please roll a d20.
11.
15.
17. Oh, you rolled a 17?
I'm holding a dice up to the camera so that they can see that I was holding it before everyone said their numbers. So, with the exact match, Moka, what happened last time?
So, we went to, what's the name of the town again? Plywood? Lumber?
Yep, Plywood Lumber Town.
Yes, Plywood Lumber Town.
It is Pulpwood Plywood Town.
But, okay, Pulpwood. Yes, Pulpwood. To investigate a beast that's been rampant. Upon arrival, we find out that the CEO of the plywood company, Bert, I need a map. Bert Halifax has been murdered in his mansion. We went to a nail salon to get some information. Grace is a little sketchy to me, but we don't have enough information to arrest her yet, but hopefully we will. And we gathered a few information. The company's gonna probably go to Grace. There has been a previous killing, a massacre a month ago with some dogs. What else? Is there anything else in the nail salon? I think that's about it. And then after that, we decided to go back to Popewood to search the office a little bit. Right before we got to the office, we bumped into a very nice lady. May she rest in peace. Paisley Strauss, who invited us to her home for that evening. But before we went to her place, we checked the office. We find out that the lumber mill is doing very well. And that's very good. So after investigating the office, we went to her home, had a very nice dinner, met her beautiful family. And when nightfall came, we decided to patrol the city. Unfortunately, we weren't very lucky. We were at the wrong places at the wrong time. And when when the sun rose, we find that her entire family has been murdered by what seems like the beast, including a child and her infant that she was holding. And we look around in the morning to see if we see any more clues. We saw a few people. Emery's house is empty. Bob Ross is painting. And Asher, which we find is very
Ruttier, yeah, he's not. I can't actually make Bob
Ezra Routiers was painting. Bob Ross. Okay, yeah. And we did see Asher Stipe heading back to his home, which seems a little bit suspicious to me. And that's where we left off.
Thank you, Moka. I now place the conch shell of talking back into the hands of the players. What do you all do?
Murder everyone. No.
Yeah, then we definitely kill the beast. One of them is the beast.
Kill the beast. Start singing the
Probably
song.
a werewolf.
No, we can't sing the song. That's copyright. Disney will sue us.
Yes.
They won't sue us. They'll just take all of the money that we gain.
We're not making money for this, so maybe we can.
You're right. We don't have any commercials on our podcast. No money for them.
So who should you...
I kind of want to call Detective Layan from McHale Island and see if he could send over somebody to help teach security not to trample all over everything.
It's a bit of the long game. I don't think they're going to help immediately with that.
It's not going to help right now, but it'll help me feel better for future.
Well, maybe after this thing is figured out, we can make some recommendations, make some phone calls as well. So who are we going to wag our fingers in front of first?
Asher Stipe.
Both.
We need to question him and see, ask him why, or where he was last night, why.
I'm okay with this.
Before we leave, I'm going to kind of check around. Do we see any footprints? Because we were careful not to trample on anything.
Crime scene.
Yeah.
Everybody, please roll an investigation check at Paisley Strauss' house.
20.
21. We better see something.
10. I got a 10.
The 20 and the 21 can ask 2 questions. The 10 can ask 1 question. So the shoe print question, that's actually a very good question. And in the water, at the edge of the pond, there's mud that has formed. As the grass sloping down to the lake gets a bit muddy down there, you can see giant footprints. These are not human shoe footprints. These are giant footprints. And they look like they're claws at the end. That's one question for Imeri. Moka has 2. Mortimer has 1. Imeri has 1 left.
So wait, there was footprints emerging from the pond?
Next to the pond, yeah.
Next to the pond?
Captured by the mud next to the pond.
Which direction was it?
They seem very haywire. They're running up to and back around as if running happened.
Trying to think. Paisley was being dragged back to the house. Was it back to the house or towards the lake?
Back to the house.
And the whole family's dead, right? All the bodies are accounted for?
I'm just trying to think, like, if... What I would imagine would be the father would have went first, while the mother went to go get the kids.
Try to escape. Which character had really big hands?
So, for the mother to be being dragged towards the house...
Do you want that to be one of your 2 questions?
No.
Yeah, I'll just straight questions. Yeah, that's one of your 2. Isla Yee had big hands.
No, but didn't you tell us that already? I just forgot.
Okay, you can ask 2 more questions.
Okay, thank you.
No, let's just make the plot keep going, guys. Come on, we got lots of fights to do.
How specific can we get this? Can we make the questions? Like, who killed them?
Yeah.
That's my question.
I'm not going to give you that one.
Can we tell her, like, the initial entry? Like
where it appears to be the back door being completely ripped off of its hinges and flung into the house. It bounced off the wall and landed on the dining room table. The door was no barrier to it, and that's your 2, Imeri.
My, just, again, I'm going to try looking at the wounds and see if I can identify, like, what possibly could have caused them.
Okay, you see that there are large gouge marks, as if by claws and teeth.
Would it be able to tell
3 lines in a row, like
3?
claws. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless someone had 3 knives at exactly the same angle, it'd be difficult to do this with a weapon. Yeah.
They just took 3 steak knives and put them in their hand. I'm Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay.
My question
Moka's got 2 questions, and then we're moving on.
Was there anything stolen or rummaged through inside the house? I know you said it was destroyed, but was it like...
You did see the house
destroyed
before.
by beasts, or was it destroyed, or was it searched and then destroyed by beasts, you know?
Because you were in the house before it was destroyed, I'm going to say that you recognize everything from before, just being muddier and in littler pieces than before.
So it was just a mindless beast.
Nothing was stolen. And one last question by Moka.
Well, it seems like it was a random house. It wasn't a specific house that they were targeting. Are there any fur left behind from the beast? Perhaps the family was able to snag some fur off the person, or scales, or I don't know.
Excellent question.
Claw.
You investigate
Piece of
the
claw.
broken door that was charged by the creature and find in one of the splinters of wood a bit of fluff. It is a black, fluffy fur, like a mammal would have. Not scales,
Okay.
fluffy fur. Black
So
colored.
It's black. Okay.
Yep.
So the beast is black.
Yes.
Is that? Do I get that? I think
That's
that
your
was my two
questions. All right, you guys have concluded your investigation of the Schrock home.
Kind of sounds like a bear.
Yeah, it does. Giant bear, black bear.
Well, bears have 4 claws. There's not any real creatures that only have 3.
There could have been 4 claws.
Oh,
There were
never mind. I
some
retract
lines
my
in a row.
statement.
Not
So-
saying it's a bear, saying it's hard to say with the state of these bodies.
So
There's
okay,
multiple scratches in a row.
Imeri's gonna look at her 2 companions and go, I'm really thinking we should go to Asher's place. Because with him just going home, meaning he was out all night, and to get
Yes.
here, he would have had to pass the kennel. And he came in through the back, which means it's towards that way, was the original point from where the creature came from.
Or he could be not guilty and just may have seen or heard something. It's
Yes.
totally an option.
We
That's
should find Asher and question him.
I'm just saying we should not jump too quickly to pointing fingers until we know more. But
That's not like me, but I'll try my best.
suppose that's fair.
Yeah, I heard
Right.
something about, you trying to intimidate somebody when, zombies entered the hall. Yeah, I heard that story a while ago. It was kind of funny.
I don't remember fighting any zombies. Oh, you're talking about her.
Yeah, I heard that story from Ezreen.
So we're gonna go check out what's his face.
Asher? Yeah.
That's the one.
Let's go check out
Okay.
Asher.
You guys walk through the park past some beautiful trees that were planted here. They're all flowery and ornate, nothing like the twisted monstrosities outside of town. And you walk past the cute little trees and cute little bushes of the park. And there's some ducks and everything's happy and pretty and blue skies today. Past the park, past Armbands Bands, the tattoo parlor, past the hill, across the road to Asher Stipe's house, which is across the pond from Lincoln Weddle's house. It is exactly like the Paisley Schrock home. Cookie cutter. Identical in design. There's a
I thought-
cute little path from the street to the house with little bushes lining it.
I thought you meant destroyed.
Oh, no, it's like the pristine version of that. And
I'm
then
gonna-
on the left and behind that house, cutting a straight line through the bushes, it's the lumberjacks have cleared exactly a square for this town. So the monstrous woods rising behind loom over the cute cookie cutter house.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
And Mary walks up and goes, knock, knock, knock. And a lady opens the door. She says, hello.
Hi, I'm Imeri. I was wondering, was Asher home at all?
She says, yeah, he's on his way off to work. Ooh, why?
Oh, he's at. Oh, 'cause we just kind of saw him walk this way. He seemed to be out last night. We were just kind of curious to, we're kind of new to the town, so we're trying to see if there's any nightlife. And
Who are you? What?
oh,
I'm confused. He's getting ready for work. Like, sorry, we're really busy this morning. Who
I'm
are you?
Imeri.
What's going on?
I'm from the Firebreathing Kittens Guild.
We're trying to track down the beast.
The beast? What?
Do you live under a rock, lady?
Okay, now you've offended her. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check so that you don't offend this person.
I want to do intimidation. I want to get in there. I rolled a 14 plus 4, so 18.
Yeah, you don't offend her. She's like, I guess I do live under a rock.
Oh my god.
I don't get out much. I don't know.
Well, you see,
What's going on?
Yeah, but you see, we kind of came here to actually help out the mill. We were hired to take care of a little investigation. So we were just wondering if we could talk to Asher at all.
Sure.
Can we come in and ask a few questions?
She welcomes you in. There's a sitting area on the left with a nice couch, and she goes, Asher, these people are here to see you. And he comes down from upstairs. He's got his hands at his neck, and he's fixing his shirt for work, and he goes, what? Is someone here?
Yeah, hi Asher. I'm Imeri. We're from the Firebreathing Kittens Guild. We were hired by the mill to kind of look into something that happened with Bert.
Oh, yeah. So sad to hear about Bert. That's horrible.
Yeah, so we couldn't help but notice you were kind of out late last night. We saw you walking home, so we were kind of curious to know if you heard anything, saw anything.
And do an insight check. He's gonna roll, and you're gonna roll, and we're gonna see what happens.
Can I assist her on insight? Because I'm also sitting there and watching him. Or do I do one? Can I do one of my own?
I think it's just gonna be the person who asked the question. Because if we compound rolls, it makes the probability real bad.
16.
Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
16, okay. 16 passes. A 16 passes, and you can see that he is surprised that you knew that he was out last night. He's not going to deny it, but he is going to say, yeah, I was out last night. I didn't see anything weird. No, I mean, just normal night.
Where were you heading last night?
I went for a walk in the woods. It helps me, like, zen out, you know. It's good for you. Meditation and stuff. And everybody please roll a perception check.
$20.
16.
I got a dirty, filthy 20.
Okay, you all rolled really high, because he's telling the truth. He was in the woods.
I look at his feet to see if they are very large, or wait. He said he's getting ready for work, so shouldn't he have already changed?
Yep, he's straightening his shirt and getting ready for work. Yeah, and he told you the truth. He was out in the woods.
So here's kind of an odd question. Did you have a confrontation with a creature at all while you were out in the woods? Not like recently, could be ever.
Large black bear, perhaps.
Like a large black creature.
Everybody please roll a d20.
Oh, 3.
9.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay, he says no, and Mortimer, he's lying. You guys don't know that, though. You can keep going. You literally cannot act on your knowledge. You think he's telling the truth. He's never interacted with a black bear. So, Imeri and Moka, you have no option other than to believe him. Nope. That would terrify me. I would definitely not like that. Nope.
Okay, so he hasn't seen a large black bear. Are you a large black bear at night?
No, we don't talk about that, okay?
He laughs, and he's like, of course not. Everybody roll a perception check.
Natural 20.
6.
22.
Moka, of course he's not a large black bear. He's talking to you with the person mouth. The other two people,
good.
he's lying.
Oh, would you look at that? You can't trick the were-tiger.
Moka, you genuinely believe him. He's never encountered anything out there, and of course he's not a creature. He's a person.
Okay. And I ask him, can I investigate your home? Search for
Why
any
would you?
evidence?
Okay,
What?
all right.
Because
Genuinely believing him, though.
yeah,
Okay.
it could be the lady next to him. I don't know. He could be protecting her.
He's like, I'm sorry, I really got to get to work. Can we do this after work? I'm going to be late.
I'm gonna...
Tell me, Mr. Azure, was it?
Yeah.
Do you happen to know a Paisley Schrock?
Yeah, we work together at the lumber mill.
No, you don't.
Oh, no.
Wait, what?
No, you don't anymore.
I'm confused.
Yes, well, that's because she's dead.
No.
What?
Along with the rest of her family.
What?
And see, I don't appreciate you lying to us
Oh, no.
about your activities. All right? See, here's the thing.
Holy
You're going to
cow.
tell me the truth, or I'm going to feed you to my dog.
Okay, intimidation check. The dog is... how intimidating is the dog?
Well, I'm not great at intimidation, but I did roll an 18, so it's a 19 altogether.
Okay, he didn't roll a 19. He rolled a 6 on the dice, so unless he has plus 13, he's probably not going to... plus 14. So he's very intimidated by that. In fact, all of you can tell he's shocked. He's like, what? Oh, what? And his lady, Beatrice, also shocked. And she looks at him, and everybody want to do a perception check.
15?
9.
Dirty 20.
The dirty 20, but the other two people can't tell that she leans away from him a little bit. You guys did not notice that. Mocha, you're like, la, 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 la. You think
like,
these
why is
people
he
were just like...
intimidating him?
Yeah, you're
Well,
like...
now I know that he's lying because he, Mordekaiser, Mortimer,
No,
said something about it.
all you
He
know...
said, why are you lying? He said
Oh,
out loud.
okay.
So now I'm
Alright.
suspicious again. I thought he was telling the truth, but apparently my sense of things might not always be correct.
Now, see, the
I've been wrong
advantage
in the
of
past.
not having any skin is I now notice other people's skins and just sweating. So I'm very aware of you lying to us when we asked you about, have you ever seen a giant black creature or the like? So if you could just please, come clean, let us know. If you didn't murder them, fine, I don't care. But you're lying to us, and that's impeding our investigation.
Yeah, you can't... now that we kind of know what you are... If you didn't do it, we can protect you. But we need to know.
Everybody, please roll a persuasion check. He's intimidated. He didn't react very well in this situation at all. He's
14.
11.
17.
okay.
I have my hands crossed because I've trusted too many people in this world.
The 14 and the 11 fail. Mortimer, this is entirely up to you. What do you say?
I think Mortimer,
What do you want
he's,
from this person?
as cooperation, just the truth and cooperation. So I think he says something along the lines of, look, if you didn't do it, I don't care what you are, what you do in your spare time, but I need you to tell us the truth. I don't care about your relationship with this woman here. I need the truth.
Okay.
Because her family died.
He's going to give you the truth. Because you passed your persuasion check, and that's what you want from him. So he cooperates, and he says, he puts his hands over his eyes, and he slumps into the chair of the couches in the cookie cutter home, and he sighs, and he goes, oh gosh, the family died? Did I do that when I was... Beatrice, having leaned back from him, leans back forward and puts her hands on his shoulder, and she says, no, I don't think you did that. And he goes, but I... And he's going to tell you about how, for the past year or so, he has been shape-changing into a wolf at the full moon. And, it's been going okay. He's fine. He's fine, really. Nobody's been injured or anything.
Wait a minute.
We don't talk about this.
Beatrice rubs his shoulder and goes, no, you wouldn't have done this.
Imeri's gonna try to...
Right.
Can I try to calm him down a little bit?
He's calm. He's come to terms. It's been a year. But yeah, that's his cooperation, is that he tells you he has been shape-shifting into a rabid murder monster every month for the last year.
Might I ask, what color is this wolf form of yours?
He doesn't remember a thing about it. He doesn't know.
What about the lovely lady?
She
She's
is alive and has never seen it.
Oh.
That's not how
But the
werewolves work.
thing is, if he's changing into a wolf, during the full moon, it comes once a month. Does it last 2 days, or does it only last 1 day?
Okay, go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Let's see if he cooperates with you. And Imeri, you're welcome to do one thing, and then we're going to end the scene.
I'm gonna...
If you want to roll a persuasion
1.
check, you'll see if you can talk to him too. Go ahead and roll. And Moka, what'd you get?
21.
Okay, and what was your question?
If
Nat 20.
so he said that he changes into a wolf once a month. Does that once a month last 2 days or just one night?
3 nights.
3 nights.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and Imeri, with your nat 20, what do you want to ask?
I'm gonna, very slyly, so the other two can't see, kind of, show them my scratch.
Okay, you got a nat 20.
And
So he trusts you, and a bond is formed, and he asks you for help. He's like, I don't want to kill a family. That's horrible. What do we do?
And I'm gonna ask them if they're, when you go out into the woods, do you have, a area to restrain yourself? Like, okay, something to, maybe chain a leg, or...
He goes out in the woods because he kills deer. He's got to kill something, so he goes and kills ye olden forest creatures. Alright, so this concludes the scene of the investigation of Asher Stipe. What do you all do with this information?
I want to know why it just started a year ago.
I want to know if the cage, the jail cells, would be strong enough to contain.
That was kind of my thought, too.
And then we could kind of see if Asher would cooperate with us and sit in there for the night.
Okay, and having succeeded on all of your persuasion checks, I'm going to say that he's willing to go with you, and you can try. He's cooperating.
I wonder if he's been cursed by someone in town, perhaps Grace, who wants the business to herself.
That's very long-winded.
To be fair,
She hates Grace so much.
he had to have gotten scratched by somebody.
If that's how werewolves come about, sure.
They said it's only been a year, so...
Yeah, so something must have happened.
Also,
Either scratch or a verbal curse.
Yeah, these things haven't really been an issue before until recently, so. Either way. Yes, let's lock him up for the evening and see if maybe that solves our problems.
All right, where are
he
you locking him up at?
Go to work and everything just fine today, but he's just got to be in there tonight.
Okay, so the workday passes and he's worked the day. Everyone's acting kind of freaked out because their boss is dead and also their coworker's whole family is dead. So I'm going to say that if you want to scratch off Isla Yi, she's also left town. You can put an X through her house. One less person in town. And that Ariana Cannon has also left town. Go ahead and cross Ariana Cannon off. That's the tattooist that you guys didn't talk to. Her dog was killed last month. All right. She's had enough. Okay, so it is the end of the workday at Pulpwood Plywood Lumber Mill.
All right.
So
what do you do?
Isla's gone.
So we need a cage that would be strong enough to hold a werewolf.
There's one at the lumber mill, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's the
They have a holding cell.
security. Like a junk tank. Unless
I think during the day we would have investigated that. See if it was like
the kennel.
robust.
Unless the kennel has one.
But
Well-
those have been broken into in the past, so it might not be that strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should check out the holding cell and the pulp tree.
Okay, you investigate the holding cell. Do a strength check, and we'll see if you can break the holding cell.
Oh God! I had rolled a 2 minus 1, so.
You did not break the holding cell.
I also have a -1 because no muscles. So I got a 16.
You did not break the holding cell.
Okay.
I rolled a 12.
You did not break the holding cell.
Could I?
I tap with my mace. Clonk, clonk, clonk. It looks pretty sturdy.
Can I shift and see if that breaks it?
Do you have different stats when you shift?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. How are you going to shift?
I'm gonna ask the 2 to step out. And since Asher knows that I am a were-tiger, I'm gonna ask him to, like, hug me, because that... unweirdly. Be like, yeah, this is how I change.
Ah, okay. Since you have established that you have a bond as fellow were-creatures, he hugs you, and a pink cloud poofs, and you're a tiger.
And
The other 2 don't know.
16.
Okay, you do not break the cage.
Yeah,
The other 2 can come back in.
And 5 minutes.
Well, you're nomming some flower petals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We got those.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to eat one
For
of those.
some reason, the tiger's chewing on some red flower petals.
Where did this tiger come from?
And after the tiger's back to Imeri,
I'm going to get dressed. And
Yep. And then you guys walk in the room and it's totally normal.
Yep.
yeah, so I think it's strong enough for this.
I could have Chauncey try. He's pretty strong. If you want, or not. It's you.
It doesn't hurt.
Alright, Chauncey tries to break the bars. He comes up with 16, which we've already established doesn't.
Does not break the bars.
Yep,
Looks
seems pretty
strong
strong.
I think these bars are designed to hold a lot of very heavy wood. Yeah.
Alright, so this should be strong enough for our purposes, so we'll
So
put you in there.
I'm going to tell Asher, look, this is for your peace of mind, so that way you know nobody is getting hurt.
Okay.
So you could be at ease tonight.
Okay, he trusts you. He's going inside the caged area, and he's standing inside. The night is falling around you. Everything's getting darker quite quickly. It's wintertime. Night has happened. I don't know. And the moon is starting to come out. Please tell me all your plan, because there's going to be so much combat. I need to know where you are.
I think we should go...
We should have rounded up all the human folks
over to the
or
park.
Town people. And put them all in one area so we can watch over them all at once. So no one...
I thought we were watching Asher.
We're watching both. What if he's
now
not
we know
the only
Asher.
beast?
That's what my whole thing is. Now that we have Asher contained, and we think that he's contained, we don't know for sure. But as far as we're concerned, he's held.
No, I'm going to keep watching him.
Okay, we have Mortimer standing outside the cage, hanging out until the moon comes out. Where are the rest of you guys?
I'm going to be patrolling the park over by that lake where we saw the footprint.
Heads up, if you split the party, the combat stats are quite different. Just saying. I will not hesitate to kill your characters if you kill them yourselves. It's not me, it's you.
That's where I
dead.
think we should walk around the park and...
As a group, you say?
Yeah,
You think?
the dogs have been barking the last couple nights, so as long as we're in that general area...
The thing is if it's Asher, though, there's no need to go wandering about. All
But
evidence
what if
points
it's
towards
not?
him.
What if it's not, though? Now that we know we have Asher here...
And then he breaks out, and then
We don't know
we're
that.
not around to stop him.
As far as we know, that's contained.
And as far as we know, he's the only suspect who fits.
Oh, we got Grace.
Oh my gosh. People hate women executives. That's a thing.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't, but...
Has nothing to do with gender here.
Yeah, I'm pretty
You're the
sure
one
it's
who's-
just more...
who's sexist, DM.
I'm more
You're
concerned...
the one who's holding a grudge against her.
That's because she's the most likely suspect in all those, those shows that you watch about who killed who, and it's always the husband. It's always the husband. It's always the friend. It's always the person who wants power.
The butler.
More power. Yeah.
Oh, we
watch very different shows.
What was the butler's name?
Yeah, I'm sticking around Mortimer, and I'm going to see how this rolls out.
And I'm requiring you guys to be together as a party, because when you all die, it's not my fault. Total party kill is not my goal.
Hey, I can actually pretend to be dead for a bit, so...
Colton was the butler, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And he lives
He composes music in his spare time.
right next to the water, which is where the
Yes, it's
paw print
lovely.
came from.
Okay, so as one party, what are you all doing?
I'm going by that water.
Oh God.
I don't
as
know. Wait.
one party
Wait. Before
together.
as one party, let's wait until like an hour later when the moon comes out, and then Asher turns, and let's wait to see if he can escape the cage that he's in, and if it looks like he cannot, we can patrol. Is that okay?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing
Okay.
too. Is like if he transforms and he's gray furred or white furred or yellow furred, then we know it's
will
not him.
patrol. Correct. All right. So we
that's
wait.
the other
an
thing is we
hour.
don't know what he
But
looks like.
the
in his
other
wolf
thing
form,
would be who turned him.
Yes.
which would probably
we'll
the one
find
who
out
left the
later.
black fur,
I'm-
which we could then go look and see and find out.
I'm
Okay,
aware
so let's-
myself. I kind of... Unbeknownst to you two.
Well, you didn't transform, so
No.
to our knowledge,
Plus, I'm a tiger.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So let's wait an hour. Does Asher transform yet?
Okay, so your plan is you're going to wait outside of the cage in the lumber mill, and then go patrol the park.
If he can't.
If he
escape
doesn't
the
break
cage,
through the
yes.
cage. Got it.
We're a good 30 feet away, eyeing the cage.
Yeah, you're
Right.
30 feet from the
Okay.
cage. Okay. And you're all hanging out, playing cards. Time is passing. It's taking hours for the moon to come out. Time passes, and the moon comes out.
And
Fur starts to sprout on Asher's face. He grows quite the beard. His nose elongates and he starts screaming in pain as his bones crunch. And he goes, "No!" And he fights it as much as he can, but before your eyes, fur erupts from his body and the muscles grow, first the left arm and then with a crunch of his spine, then the right arm. He arcs his back in pain and he fights it as much as he can, but his "no" turns into a "no." And you can't bear to watch his pain as he transforms into something else. No longer is Asher in front of you. Instead, looking out at you with totally alien eyes, lacking any recognition, is a giant werewolf beast.
What would happen if I gave him one of my flowers?
Don't know.
are you gonna get close enough?
Do you
to
get
give
rid of
him
the moon
flower?
when you do that? Or would he just change right back into... Yeah, your trigger is different than his, so because it ends your
I
trigger...
don't know if it's because of the moon. I don't know.
Yeah, he's under constant change stress right now, so he would like change and then flip back. So you just hurt him a lot physically, and then still fight a werewolf. Yeah.
Does it hurt?
Does he have black fur?
Ah, well, he has very, very dark fur.
Okay,
But not
Yes.
black.
close enough.
One could call it black fur.
Dark brown.
Ugh, we should have went to the pharmacy and got some tranks.
I find it.
Oh gosh, I kind of thought this was going to take a lot of rolls. You guys heard that dice, right? That was the first roll. Oh god.
He broke out.
So the creature with its alien intelligence, not recognizing you, lunges for you and bursts through the cage like it was paper, apparently. I'm sorry, guys. This is the first roll, and he just rips the cage bars apart and goes, "Roar!" And everybody roll initiative, because that was the first roll. You're 30 feet away from a giant, very, very dark-furred
20
wolf.
plus in it 22. I crit.
18.
I had a crit 20.
I have a -1 to initiative, so I got 18.
I got a 3.
Something tells me my combat's going to be bad.
Okay, so the order is Imeri, Moka, the wolf, and then Mortimer. Imeri, you go first. It's lunging at you. It ripped through the cage like it was paper.
Oh. Well. I'm gonna tell Mortimer to give me a hug. I'm gonna be like, trust me. Trust me. We need this.
His eyes look very alien. He doesn't look like he recognizes us. Are you sure about that?
Yes, do it. Now.
I guess when I can, I give her a hug.
Okay, poof. She's a tiger. That's your turn.
Ah!
Do you transform instantaneously?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a poof and a cloud of smoke. That's pretty instant.
Oh, wait. You were asking us to give you a hug? I thought you wanted...
Yeah, Mortimer
it's
is
gotta be a
this
male.
player that you're playing with. He waved.
Oh.
It has to be male.
Mortimer Wormwood.
That's why she kind of like stays away from them.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so after you poof, he just looks at... We're gonna have a conversation about this later.
So surprising. And
This is like that anime.
it's it's Mocha's turn.
Yep.
Okay. I don't want to hurt this guy,
Yeah, he wants to hurt you.
but I don't want to hurt him. I just run away.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Um,
No. Okay.
I mean, if I run away, he might attack someone else.
That's
so
true.
I guess I have to sort of incapacitate him, at least. Okay. I can do spiritual weapon. I can create a floating spectral weapon, and I can make a melee attack, a spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. So can I use the weapon right now? Like I can.
Yep.
Cast a spell. Okay. I'll roll a 2 hit. Oh, I'll cast the weapon where the werewolf is, and I rolled a 12 to hit.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay. And then now the werewolf would take a force damage equal to 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. So 1d8 is 2, and my spellcasting modifier would that be my wisdom? Or is it
What class are you?
cleric?
Yes, it would be your wisdom plus proficiency modifier.
Okay. Wisdom is +5. Oh, like that's. Oh, my wisdom is +2, and then the proficiency is. I mean, wisdom is +3, proficiency is +2, so +5. 7 damage to.
So spell attack bonus is the wisdom plus proficiency. The damage done is wisdom
Oh,
only.
I thought it was an attack roll. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just a wisdom.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
just
this would
the
be
wisdom.
the 3.
Okay. So
I don't think you had your proficiency to both.
+5.
Okay.
Okay, so +5 damage to.
Only your. Okay, yeah. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
it takes 5 damage as a celestial mace smacks it in the head, I guess. What's your weapon?
It's a spiritual weapon. I guess it'll just be a sword.
Sword. Okay.
Shiny
sword. Whacks at it, and it takes 5 slicing damage. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so.
as a bonus action,
Yeah?
I can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it. So, can I attack him again?
That's on future turns.
Ah, yes. On future turns, you can attack with that weapon. It sticks around.
Yeah.
I had Toll the Dead last time, so that's how I know
okay.
about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Toll the Dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spiritual weapon's pretty awesome because it doesn't require concentration and it sticks around. It takes a bonus action to use. Blah, blah, blah.
It's definitely the
Okay.
right thing to do first turn because you can continue to hit the werewolf each round with it, with that extra 5
Ooh.
damage on top of what you're doing each round. Good job.
Cool.
Tip-top playing, Mocha. Next is the wolf. Okay, so since everyone is of equal distance from it at 30 feet, it's going to roll a d6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've assigned the numbers. 1, 2. It's going to hit Mortimer. So it's going to run at you. Mortimer, right up to you and try to melee weapon attack you. So first it's going to... Whoops. It's going to run at you, Mortimer, and it's going to try to bite you.
Well, Chauncey jumps in front of me and imposes disadvantage.
Okay, with disadvantage, I'm going to roll twice. Okay. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
It claws Chauncey instead. Does it hit Chauncey or does it just...
No. So, as a steel defender, they have a reaction they can do. They spend their reaction. Defender imposes disadvantage on an attack roll of one creature it can see within 5 feet of it.
Oh,
Provided the attack roll is against a creature other than the defender.
okay. Yep, that
So
happened.
basically, it's them kind of like just getting in the way and distracting and pushing the
Yeah,
attack
tripping
off
maybe.
game.
Yeah. The monster didn't see the small dog under its feet and misses you because it bounces off of its tiny little body.
Yep.
Okay. All of you are now in melee range of this werewolf, by the way. So it's then going to try to claw at you a second time. Actually, it's going to try to bite you. Okay.
Okay. I got nothing for that.
And it tries to hit you with a 14. Does it bite you?
It misses.
Okay. It claws at you and it bites you and it misses and it's so frustrated it just wants to rip and tear. Mortimer, it's your turn.
It's that enchanted armor I got on. So I'm going to cast Catapult. So Mortimer like pulls a bottle out of a little pouch he has, and he like looks around. He sees the door that was burst open, kind of just laying there, and he throws the bottle at that, and the bottle shatters, and you see kind of like mystical like cloud form around it, and all of a sudden you see the door flying at the
up to 5
werewolf.
pounds, right?
Oh, you're right, 5 pounds. So not the door. Something else that's in the room.
A chair.
Yeah, a chair. It throws it at the chair. The chair goes flying at it, and so the werewolf needs to make a dex save.
Okay. 16.
Damn it. You made it. So nothing
The
happens.
werewolf dodges the chair nimbly with its monstrous body reacting quickly to the threat.
Yeah, and Mortimer goes, Chauncey, get him! And Chauncey tries to attack with an 11, and so I'm going to imagine that misses.
That misses.
And that's it.
Imeri, it's back to you.
All right, I think
you're in melee with the werewolf.
My turn to scratch.
I tried so hard.
Uh, 19.
To do what?
Scratch.
Okay, yeah, you scratch the werewolf.
10 damage.
For 10 damage.
And then
all right.
I'm also going to bite it, too, because it gets the multi-attack. And that is 13... 18?
18 to hit?
Yes.
That hits.
For 9 damage.
All right.
And how would my lycanthropy work? Because with the bite, normally they would have to make a...
This is a creature that is not susceptible to your lycanthropy. It's already cursed.
Okay, good. I don't want to get at him again.
It's double cursed.
It can't be double cursed. Okay. Next is Moka. Moka, the werewolf took quite a lot of damage from Imeri just now.
Yeah.
You're in melee with it. It looks furious.
Well, I wanted to do guiding bolt, but I rolled a 6, so that did not hit. And then as a bonus action, I will use my spiritual weapon. I rolled a 17, so that does hit, but I'll make sure it hits it on the side of its head, so it kind of hopefully knocks it unconscious instead of killing him if it's too strong of damage. And it does. I rolled an 8 plus 3, so that's 11 damage to the werewolf. Non-lethal.
Alright. Werewolf took some damage. The werewolf is looking pretty mad and is going to attack you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It attacks Imeri, the person who did the most damage to it last time.
Bring it.
It's going to... Does a 20 hit you? Non-natural.
Yes.
It's gonna bite you. It does... Oh gosh. It does 9 damage to you with its bite, sinking its teeth into you. And then scratches you for... Does a 5 hit?
No.
Yeah, it tries to scratch you, but it doesn't succeed. Alright, it did 9 damage to you. How you feeling?
Pretty hurt.
How many HP do you have left?
9 or 8.
Oh, okay.
What do you start
Okay.
with?
17. I'm going by my
Are we doing
actual.
max HP again?
Yeah.
No.
So we're rolling for HP? Or
Yes.
average or rolling?
You use your hit dice and you roll at every level.
Okay, so we're
and you-
rolling. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that. Okay.
It's Mortimer's turn. The werewolf has got its teeth sunk into a tiger. You're watching as a giant wolf and a giant tiger duke it out in front of you.
Chauncey, help out, please. Thank you. And Chauncey will attempt to do some damage with a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Woo! So they're going to take 10 points of force damage as it just bites into the ankle and is like, you hear little servos in the jaw start winding up, and it just like clamps down real hard. And I will then run over to the very bloody looking tiger and cast what is it? Gains into the start of each turns. Heroism. So like again, another like little this one's not a potion, but it's like a little piece of charcoal run over and like I'm sorry if this messes up your fur in any bad way, but it'll help, trust me. And like draw some arcane symbols like on her like spine. And so basically for up to a minute you're immune to being frightened and you gain temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting, so that's 3. You gain 3 temporary hit points every turn.
Ooh.
Wow.
So, at the beginning of each of your turns, you gain 3 temporary hit points. Now, keep in mind they don't stack, but like if you take damage, you're basically going to start taking 3 less every turn. So that's
nice.
It is your turn, I believe.
Yep. And Mary, it's your turn. How much did the servo hit for?
10.
10. Okay.
Force damage, if it matters.
All right, so we'll try another scratch. 23.
To hit?
Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Just barely, though.
Ooh, that was a low damage roll. 4 damage.
Okay.
And then the bite. Oh, that misses. That's in that one.
The tiger lunges for the... It was a nat one.
Yeah.
Okay, roll another dice. A d20, please.
11.
Okay. DC 15 for the episode. Who do you hit? Moka or Mortimer?
I mean, I was literally standing right next to you, so it only makes sense.
Yeah, I guess Mortimer, because he was right there.
All right, carry out your attack.
So
How much damage do I take?
that was a 16 to hit
Yeah, that'll hit.
for 7 damage.
Okay, well, that stings.
Are you contagious?
That's...
It's up to you. Are you contagious or not? Is Imeri contagious?
I am undead,
I
so that might complicate things. Because...
were they contagious in the...
Immune
No,
to
they're not in the enemy.
Then I'll go with no, because that's what we were basing it on.
Yeah, in the anime they are inherited.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've always been a were-tiger. Okay. So, not contagious, but Mortimer's probably not aware of that in the moment, and perhaps is worried.
I don't think he's worried because he's undead.
Okay.
He's immune to disease, so then he probably thinks of it as a disease.
Oh, okay.
So...
Yep.
Yeah, but I did have to roll concentration to keep
Ooh.
up heroism, and I made it. So
Good.
heroism's still up. So you turn around and bite him. He's like, I'm trying to help you. What are you doing?
No, I was casting heroism on you because you were on her, right? Yeah. Riding on her back. And like, no, weird tiger, stop being dumb. I'm helping you.
It's like when you're trying to help a cat get their claw undone.
Right, yeah.
And they keep like trying to like tell you to stop. It's like, you don't realize what I'm doing. But other way. All right.
Yep. Moka, it's your turn.
It looks like Imeri is pretty damaged. Is Mortimer, how, like, are you half HP or are you beefier than?
I'm not half HP. I am doing okay.
Okay, so I will heal Imeri using what was it called? Cure Wounds, and I will heal her for 7 HP.
Ooh.
What happens when you cast Cure Wounds when you're in melee with an enemy?
I need to touch the person I want to heal.
Yeah,
right.
but
I don't know.
I think it gets an attack of opportunity against you.
I don't think it does actually anymore. I mean, that's up to you. You're the GM if you want to operate it that way. But I don't think
I'm not. Are we all standing pretty close to each other?
Yeah, we're basically all on top
so
of each
other. So I'm
other.
not really moving either. I'm just like touch.
Yeah, she's kind of like coming
it's
up
a matter of
behind me.
if casting a spell provokes or not. I believe 5th edition doesn't have that, but I'm not 100%. I do know if you're doing like attack spells, they impose disadvantage if you're in melee.
DM discretion.
Grom from endworld.org says, all spells provoke attacks of opportunity, even healing spells. The only way around this would be if you have a spell on hold and touch someone, or, if you've got...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's fine.
You can take your movement to move...
Like behind me.
But you definitely cast a spell right in melee next to a
that's
person.
Fine.
So
I think my armor is high enough.
She's like, can't hit me. Okay, let's find out. It's gonna try to bite you. Does a 23 hit you?
Why are you rolling so high?
I was rolling really low before.
Ouch. Okay, so that does hit me.
It hits you? Okay, and then I'm gonna roll this d8. 4 damage, and please make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
I rolled an 8. Do I need to add anything to that?
Your Constitution bonus?
Oh, it's 0, so I just got an 8.
Okay, yeah, you are a lycanthrope. On the next full moon, you will turn into this creature. I can give you your stats later, but it's werewolf. I got it from the Player's Handbook monster manual thing.
On the bright
That's
side,
going to happen to you next month.
it's not a walrus.
But not right now?
No, not right now.
It's a full one right now.
No. Usually they just kill their prey.
Yeah, it takes...
hurts.
I'm just glad you didn't try to take my arm and run away with it.
So that was Mocha's turn. She provoked an attack of opportunity and got cursed with lycanthropy. Next is the wolf.
It's not that bad.
Did you roll your cure spell?
Yeah, you do get the spell.
Yeah.
It's 7 for Imeri.
All right. And now the wolf is going to attack.
And then the sword that's still out.
Mm-hmm. Spiritual weapon.
Plus, like...
Spiritual weapon.
Right.
Yes.
How much damage does that do?
Well, I rolled 19 to hit. I guess that hits. And it does 4. Total.
It's not too bad.
I rolled a 1. Plus 3.
Okay. It's looking pretty bad. So you said 4 damage?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so it clangs onto the wolf and draws blood, and it's looking very bloody and very beaten up. This is one damaged wolf.
Poor guy. He doesn't mean to.
So it's going to attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rolled a 2. So it's going to attack Mortimer. And it tries to bite you. Does a 18 hit?
It would normally, but let me double check the spell shield. Because I think Sorry. That's only a +2. Never mind, it hits.
Okay, it hits you.
Yep.
And it's a D8, so it's gonna roll. That is 7 damage. 7 piercing damage. If you're a humanoid, which you are, right?
Technically, but I'm also undead as well.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Is this considered a disease or a curse?
It doesn't say. It just says if it's humanoid.
Humanoid.
Well, 15.
Okay, you pass.
Okay.
DC 12. So, it doesn't really matter. Okay, and then it's going to claw at you. That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
So it's going to roll 44s.
Is it...
1.
No, it's probably too late. Never mind.
2. 4 damage. 3, 4, 5. Wait. 6, 7, 9. 9 plus 2. 11 piercing damage. Wait, no, that's not right. Yeah, 11 slashing damage as it claws at you. You don't have to make any Constitution saving throws.
Is this at me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I fall into a pile of bones.
Oh no! Oh no! As it slashes at Mortimer, he sprays apart into a pile of bones that's, I guess, scattered halfway across the room. His head rolls and rolls and then comes to a stop.
I gotta end this right now.
No, I have an ability called Bone Pile. Instead of dying, I go down to 1 hit point. I'm literally a pile of bones.
Okay, good. Well, unfortunately, he can't help you guys. Imeri, it's your turn. What do you do? And are you doing it lethally or non-lethally? No, Mortimer?
No.
Do you want to take you want to... Okay.
It's still, technically my turn happens. I'm still alive. I'm still conscious. It's just that for everybody looking around me, it looks like I'm dead. As if I cast
Mortimer,
false
it's your
life
turn.
or feign death. Actually, it's... So... I am unable to move or take actions other than using my action to end this effect. So I use my action to end this effect. That I kind of reconstitute, like, that was painful. Chauncey, get him! As I'm on the ground. And Chauncey will attempt to bite the werewolf again.
Lethally or non-lethally?
Non-lethally. To just knock him out. With the not a great roll. 11.
That misses.
Oh, damn it.
Imeri, it's your turn.
He tried his best.
All right, I'm gonna non-lethally claw at him. 17.
That hits.
4 damage.
It has 1 HP left.
You have a second attack, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I will go for another scratch.
Just hit
22.
That hits.
Non-lethal.
You did some non-lethal damage. More than or equal to 1, you would say?
Yes.
So
I would hope so.
describe what happens. How did you attack it?
Non-lethally. How? So after clawing at Asher with her left claw, she swings around with her right and scratches him on the side of the cheek.
The scratch is just that last straw that breaks the camel back, and the werewolf collapses to the ground, shrinking and convulsing and shrinking and convulsing back into the shape of Asher Stipe, who, unresisting, will stay in cage for the rest of the night. If you guys want to just stabilize him and put him in there.
Yeah, does everybody want to turn around?
Mortimer stands up groggily. He's like, I hate when I have to do that. Hold on.
Turn, please.
And as Imeri is shape-changing back into a normal human, you hear...
And before we leave, I'm going to do lesser restoration on him.
Sorry, you're still in combat.
Oh.
Oh, there's more wolves.
I should never have changed back.
From the direction of Grace Bose's home, right across the street from where you are, that eerie howl has been emitted because you guys are 1 square away from Grace's home. So you actually, last night you wandered all around and I was like, no, you're too far away. But now you're right next to the site of something going down. All right. So still in combat. What do you do?
Well,
So I just had my turn.
I help Mortimer reassemble himself.
yeah, no, that goes the other
You
way.
might want to
Nope,
cure.
nope. You got to turn that around. It's just okay. Yeah, well, I can cure my own wounds a little bit. And
I
he just
could cure
kind of
too.
pours a potion above his across his head, and it kind of drips down and heals him a little. And I get back 11 hit points
Does that?
from.
Okay.
So
since he can
it's
do
actually
that.
Mocha's turn. So you'll
Since
do that
he-
on your turn, Mortimer. But it's
Okay.
yeah, it was just
Okay.
Imeri's. Now it's Mocha's, and then
Sorry.
it'll be Mortimer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since he just told me that he can heal himself, I will let's see.
Heroism's gone, by the way.
Oh.
What's that?
Heroism's gone. I just did the con save, but it failed. So.
Now you're fighting with a normal old warlock now.
Well, maybe I'll just do bless for all 3 of us,
Ooh.
and then whenever we make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, it's a concentration up to a minute. So I'll just concentrate on this. That you guys can roll a d4 and add that number roll to attack roll or saving throw.
Yep.
So I'll just do that for now, and prepare my mace in case the wolf comes anywhere near us. Right?
She really wants Grace to die. That's what I'm hearing from this.
I don't want Grace to die.
Okay, she's dying right now.
Grace or
Yep.
the
Grace is
guy,
dying right now.
Asher?
No, Asher's stable. You didn't hit him lethally.
But
He's
I'm
just
gonna-
knocked out. He's
Wait,
very
why
knocked
is-
out
why
for a
is
very long
Grace
time.
dying?
Because of
we
the
hear the howling
woo
from
sound.
her direction.
So,
Oh, well, I thought that maybe she was the one.
are we all set to head out?
possible. Wow, she hates her so much.
No, I wasn't sure. You didn't clarify. You
Yeah.
said a howl
So-
from her direction.
Yeah.
So I thought it
It
was
could be
her.
her.
Hey,
or
it
a
could be
wolf.
her turning into a wolf. Yeah, it could.
It could be. She could be
Okay,
getting
well,
attacked, or
Do you
But
want me
yeah.
to venture out now? Like,
Hey, man,
Yeah.
you do what you want,
I
which
got-
is to kill Grace. That's fine.
I got 19 HP.
Alright.
Let's go that way.
Y'all, you do what you
Alright,
want.
Yeah.
okay.
Does
So
anybody
I-
else need healing?
Well, I'll stand up, cast the cure wounds on myself, and then start taking off.
Wow.
In the direction
And then
of
we all
Grace.
walk together
We're all healers.
towards that direction.
Vaguely, I only have 3 spell slots. I'm not a warlock. Otherwise, I could probably do more. But yeah, we take off in the direction of Grace.
Okay, it's 200 feet between here and your destination.
So Asher is stabilized, right? We didn't.
Asher's staying here. He's laying on the ground in a heap. He's fine.
All right.
He's fine.
As long as he's not dying.
He's not dying.
Okay.
No, you struck him non-lethally. I think the scratch across the cheek would not kill him. Okay, you guys,
I think it's
how fast can you run? You're 200 feet away from Grace Bose's house.
I got 30 feet of movement.
35 feet.
30 feet of walking.
Okay, so you casually stroll 30 feet, and that's how you all spend your
Well,
first turn, 30 feet
so-
closer.
Well, no,
I
we
could
would
go
run it.
70.
If we
per
double
turn.
move, we can get up to 60 feet per turn.
I could do 70.
Okay, so you're double moving. All right, in the first turn, you've moved 60 feet.
70.
Got it. 70.
And then, so it's going to take us like 3 or 4 turns to get there. Because,
It is.
Elves.
Okay, so
That's-
the first turn passes, and you're 60 and 70 feet further. You've now stepped out onto the road, and you can see darkness, and it looks like nobody's out this late at night. You can look all the way down the left and all the way down the right of the road, and yeah. But Grace's house with its lawn is in front of you. You guys going to continue to move towards it?
Yeah.
Okay. You are now 120 feet and 140 feet, respectively.
Actually, Chauncey is does 40 feet, so he's just ahead of Amari.
Oh, okay. So he's at
80, 160.
160. Okay. So 120 feet is Mortimer and Moka, 140 feet is Imeri, and 160 feet is Chauncey. It seems like Chauncey's going to reach their next turn. So do you guys continue to head forward? Now you're approaching and you're entering the house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've run across the lawn. All right, so they run up to the house. So we have 180 feet for our hero, Mortimer and Moka, and 210 that puts you in the house, and 240. So Chauncey is first on the scene, and Imeri, you can interact this turn. Chauncey is at the door to a house. What does Chauncey do?
Unfortunately, he can't do anything unless I tell him to.
Aw, Chauncey's like, happy dog outside the door. Imeri, you're also at the door.
He's like this at the door, just not realizing what he has to do. Just nose right up against it.
Puts his nose right on the door, and is like, happy dog wags mechanical tail at the door.
I'll kind of...
Imeri, you're at the door. What do you do?
He's so dumb.
kick the door in.
Imeri kicks the door in. Make a strength check.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, as a side note, the Steel Defender has an intelligence of 4.
17. Thank God for that
An
one.
intelligence of 4.
Is that
17 will
like
break
-6?
down.
It's a
The
minus
DC
4.
is... So the DC for this episode is 15. So yeah, you break down that door. Imeri's adrenaline is rushing, and she kicks it down, and she steps through the splinters inside and sees... You guys got there in 3 rounds or less, so you are watching as something looking very similar to what you just saw, one could say identical, is standing over a figure on the ground. And in this brief moment, you're not sure what the status of that figure is, but you see the thing, and what do? You did your movement.
Let me just look it up.
You can't attack, but you can free action. Because you dashed.
As a bonus, I can spend I have a pool of... It's called a Healing Light. It will be 1+4 level of D6s to heal. Can also... So, I have 4 level of D6s, so I'm going to use one of those to kind of see if I could give that person on the ground a little health.
Saving her life. Instead of dying, which was plotted out for her for this adventure, you guys. Yep. Instead of dying, Grace Bose, sad from the death of her boss, staying up at night grieving.
Really innocent.
Totally innocent, despite Mocha's. She lives. She's breathing on the ground because she received healing. She actually only has, for this game, she basically has 2 hit points. She's either at full or half or dead. She's back to full. But she starts screaming. She's screaming her head off. And you can see that where she was banged against the wall, there's a dent and there's some furniture that's broken. And she's fought, but again, 2 hit points. Like, what you can do. So,
she could thank Coddle for that.
She starts screaming. And now it is Mocha's turn. I'm just going to continue the rotation, but another round has passed. Mocha, you are at 180 feet, which means you're 20 feet away from the creature.
Okay, so I'm close enough. I want to do inflict wounds, but that means I have to touch the person. Would I get clawed if I touch this person?
It's possible.
On their turn, probably.
Would that be an attack of opportunity, getting that close, though?
Yeah,
No.
attack. No?
Not getting...
No attack
it's when you leave their threatened area is when you get attacked.
It sounds
Okay.
like this spell is meant to be used in melee, so it wouldn't cause an attack of opportunity like a spell that's meant to be used at range would, like Cure Wounds. I mean, she's already a werewolf, so I don't know what she's worried about.
Yeah. Well, I'm worried
It's
about
the
dying
damage.
now. Okay. So I rolled a 13 to hit. Does that hit?
It does not.
Oh, okay. Then.
Insight
Well,
check?
Okay. 13 plus 5? 18?
Yeah, you feel like that should hit. You're very confused. Why didn't that hit? Keep going. In fact, what's the weapon? It's your hands.
A melee attack. Yeah, my hands.
You feel bark instead of fur under your fingers. It's like a ghillie suit, where it looks like fur on the outside, but it's quite the structure going on there, and there's bark underneath. Okay, keep going with your turn.
Well, I don't like this thing, so since I can walk 30 feet total, I take 10 feet of steps back. Is that
You
okay?
take 5 feet back so that you don't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay, 5 feet
Excellent.
back.
Okay. Maybe it'll attack the mechanical dog, the were-tiger, who's currently human,
Yeah.
and the person lying on the ground instead of you. Yeah. There's
I scream
good
out,
odds.
it feels like bark underneath.
It feels like bark, she screams. Okay. All right, next is Mortimer.
Okay.
Or actually, I should roll an initiative for it, right? Or do I just insert it into where the wolf was before for time? Yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'll
that's
insert
fine.
it where the wolf was. And so it is going to look up from its prey, which is alive again, and be like, what? Huh? Very confused, large, terrifying creature. Same color fur as the werewolf, very, very dark. And... It's
Yeah,
going
you
to
can-
try to claw you guys. So it's going to roll an attack. Okay, and it's going to try to claw. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's now 4 people. Okay. It's going to try to claw the lady on the ground. It's going to just keep going at her. It's going to kill her. That's what it came here for. And it's going to roll to hit. And that lady does not have high AC. And it's going to try to do lethal damage to her. It's to rip her. So it's putting its feet on her abdomen to kick out her intestines, and its mouth is to her throat, and it's going to try to rip out her throat. Does anyone have anything they can do about that? Because it will kill her this turn. She gets
Could
death
this
saving throws.
Steel Defender try to deflect the attack?
Ooh! All right. Do I roll
its
again with
reaction?
disadvantage?
It
Please.
would give it disadvantage.
Please.
Disadvantage.
Please.
Disadvantage. That's a 6. The second roll is not quite as high. So, yeah. I guess, assuming she has like an AC of 10, a 6 would miss. Yeah. So, the Steel Defender gets in the way, and its intention is thwarted, and the lady lives another round. Next up is Mortimer.
Okay. Since I'm kind of far away,
You are
Mortimer's-
exactly 20 feet away.
Yeah, he's out of breath, even though he doesn't have lungs. He's sitting there going, takes out a dagger and throws it. Because dagger range is 20 feet. So he's going to throw this dagger for a 24 to hit. And takes, if that hits, that would be 8 piercing damage.
Yeah, it takes 8. 24 is definitely going to hit. So, 8 piercing damage. Yes. Where's my HP on here?
And then he's going to say, Chauncey, do your thing! Because he's still kind of messed up.
Yep, it's down to 19 HP.
Yeah, so
Which,
Chauncey's going to...
insight check.
Okay. Well, my insight's not great. That's an 11.
It doesn't pass for the session, so... Okay, keep going.
Well, Chauncey crit.
Go, dog, go!
Attack.
Good boy!
So, yeah.
Revenge for all the murdered domesticated animals.
4 and a 3, that's 5 plus 2 would be 7 for the crit.
7 damage?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
1d8,
yeah,
1d8
down to 12.
plus 2.
Okay.
So any crit, so it's now 2d8 plus 2, unless I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, no, yep. Our creature's
great.
at half health.
So, yeah. So he kind of does the same thing where he'll like jump up and try to get a limb, and then you just hear servos clamp down and just start doing damage. And that's it. That's his turn.
Imeri, it's your turn.
Oh,
and the dagger zips back into my hand.
That's handy.
Magical dagger.
Artificers. They have the best toys.
They do.
I kind of want to
use...
use...
I was so happy when they came on this class. Anyway, sorry.
Kind of want to throw Shades to Ominous and use Prestidigitation.
It's not an attack spell, so I don't recommend it.
I know, I'm hoping it would distract the werewolf away from her.
That's not what this is.
This seems something that's a little bit smarter.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, it's pretty smart. It has 15 in its wisdom.
Sacred Flame?
2. Okay.
Must succeed on a DC 13.
Of
Dex.
what skill?
Dex.
It rolled a 12. 11 plus 1 is 12.
So it takes 1d8 radiant damage. So... 3.
It's down to 9. Moka, it's your turn. The lady on the ground is screaming. Grace is very unhappy. She's still being
alive.
It's like feet are on her abdomen, and she's like trying to kick away.
You know what the worst part is? That spiritual weapon could not keep up with us.
Yes, I can't. Yeah. So
it's still traveling.
Yeah, it's still traveling. As a bonus action, I'm moving it 20 feet at a time.
You can dispel it and recast it.
It's okay. I have a mace. I can use that.
I really hope you do 9 damage this turn.
No, she's getting stuck.
Grace is very not okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try guiding bolt again. It'll be my last. Wait. I only have one more first level spell left. 1 second. I need to see my healing world. Okay, I got it. I'll use Guiding Bolt as a second level spell. And that's it for second level spells. And I roll a 14. Does it add anything?
A 14 hits. Well,
Okay,
sorry, a 14 misses because of bark skin. Yeah.
I think it has a +5 to hit.
If you're rolling a spell
19.
attack, if 14 was on the die, then yeah.
Yeah, you get at least 2 because of your modifier.
Okay.
Right.
I think I didn't add the +5 in the past, but it doesn't matter. Okay. 14 plus 5, so it does hit. And it does 4d6 radiant damage.
Wow.
I know. It's a big spell.
That is a second level spell.
Yes. But with 4d6, it's only an 8.
What? How?
Oh, actually, because of bless, do I get anything? No.
No,
that's
that would just add to the
hit.
attack roll.
Okay, it's at 1 HP. All right.
Okay. Well, 1 HP, and then as a bonus action, I could use Healing Word. It's bonus action, instantaneous, verbal, and a creature of my choice within range can regain 1d4 plus my spell casting ability modifier.
She's got
I rolled a
full
4.
health.
I know, she got full health. Wait, she has full health? I thought you said she's not doing so well.
She's only got
She's
2
at 2
HP.
HP. That's her full amount.
Yeah.
She's full right
She's
now.
a 0 level
Yeah.
NPC. They don't
I
have...
mean, she's full after I did my spell, right?
No, she was full because of
Before?
Imeri.
Yeah, Mary did
Oh,
her...
is anyone else injured?
I'm at 12 out of 24. I don't know what...
Okay.
Thanks to Mortimer, I'm actually over my HP limit. I got
With the
the
temporary hit
3
points.
temp.
With the +3.
Oh, yeah, those technically would still be there. Oh, no. That's right. When heroism goes, those go away. I'm sorry. So those would be gone.
Well,
Sorry.
I'm only one
Okay,
less.
I'll heal Mortimer. Well, I would have 4 + 3, 7 HP.
Woo. That puts me pretty close to full health.
And I think that's all I can do, right?
What is
I
that,
can
healing word?
Yeah, healing word.
Do you just turn around and yell, heal, at him?
Yeah. Yes.
The creature is quite frustrated by what is going around it, and it's at 1 HP.
Attack us.
So, well, it's gonna shape change into
Dun dun dun!
a peregrine falcon.
Damn it.
And it's gonna try to fly over your heads and out the door.
Attacks.
Challenge accepted.
Everyone's gonna get an attack of opportunity, but if you all miss it, it's just going away. And it's gonna be off into the night. And you'll never know what caused this. But with 1 HP, yeah, that's its best bet. It's gonna try to dart out the door.
Eldritch Blast.
Just tell me you're to hit. It only has 1 HP.
That is 19 to hit.
Chauncey got a
16.
7. So
Plus
he missed.
3.
Okay,
19.
a 7 from Mortimer. He swings his bone arm and misses. And Moka?
19 total with my mace. It has
Well, that
a
was,
long reach.
Okay. The mace and the Eldritch Blast both... Yeah, what's your weapon, Mortimer?
I was Chauncey who was trying to, because I'm still technically outside.
Oh, okay.
I've been just throwing a dagger indoors. I'm like, I'm not getting
Right.
close to that thing. You crazy?
I was going to say, try to fly over me. I got 120 feet on my Eldritch Blast.
The mace
yeah,
and the Eldritch Blast both hit the bird. First with the mace, it flies off its path, and then correcting and going back up, it's almost out the door, and in fact, it's out on the porch. Peregrine falcons are fast. When the Eldritch Blast gets it at the last moment, and it goes, ah! Like, and poof, and a puff of feathers. Feathers erupt in smoke, and a human being falls to the ground. Do you guys have any suspicions about who it is?
Uh,
I want one guess from
Yes.
each of you.
I'm going to guess.
Oh, actually.
I'm going to guess the butler.
I'm gonna guess the person that Lincoln Weddle talked to, the other lady at the salon.
And a guess
Paisley.
from Mortimer?
Paisley. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
You're
I'm-
alive, Paisley.
Yeah. You,
No.
I kind of want to say Penelope.
Penelope, the elf who works at the kennel.
Yeah.
Colton, the butler, and the other guess was... What was Mocha's guess?
Didn't Link, like when we were in the hair and nail salon, didn't Lincoln talk to
Somebody in the
there,
back.
like in a hush? Someone in
Oh.
the back.
Unnamed character? No, it's not unnamed character.
Oh,
if
then
you're talking
let me
about
guess.
Emery, the halfling, she left town.
Yeah.
Then let me guess someone else because apparently the unnamed character.
Yeah, I just didn't have enough hairdressers for y'all.
It's Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Could be Lincoln.
It could be.
But isn't Lincoln a robot?
An automaton,
Lincoln
yeah.
is an automaton.
But
Is that-
So really, your guess is Penelope, who works at the kennel and who loves dogs? You think she killed her
No.
own dogs? It's
I
terrible.
literally have no idea.
It's a beast, yeah.
I mean,
Colton, the
What are the
butler.
options?
Okay, the butler did it. That's fair. It's probably not Grace, you guys.
Well, plus
Yeah.
Colton, we saw the paw print coming out
Yeah,
of the
no,
lake.
Colton's pretty valid. That's your guess. But Mocha and and Mortimer are just okay. Just give me a guess. It doesn't change who it was. I know who it was.
Yeah, no, I think the only other one it could be would be the butler. And
Okay,
in
got
Mortimer's
2
mind.
votes for Colton.
Yeah.
I mean, who else can we say it as? Is Isla Yee still around, or did she also leave? You said she
believe
left.
She took off.
Ariana Cannon also left. Emery left. Lincoln is still around, but he's a robot. I don't know if he can shape change. Ash's
They can
wife
cast
is
spells.
still. Ash's wife is still around.
That's
oh,
true.
yeah.
There's also a few other people in town.
Isaiah. Is
Right.
Isaiah still around?
The town paramedic. that you guys didn't talk to.
Yes.
It's a lot
Right,
we
he's
didn't
still
talk to.
Ezra Routier.
Yep, he's
Yeah,
still around.
Bob
Do you remember
Ross.
him? What was he like?
Yeah. He was Bob Ross.
Describe what Bob Ross looks like.
Poofy afro with a paintbrush, and he paints happy trees and pretty mountains.
And he loves the wilderness and trees.
Oh, man.
He loves unspoiled nature.
Oh, that all makes sense.
He loves the forest, pristine and untouched for ages. The peregrine falcon goes poof, and lying on the porch, unconscious, actually pretty close to dead, is one druid painter.
I'm gonna go out in the. I'm gonna use lesser restoration on him just to keep him.
What's that?
It basically brings him back and gives him 1 HP.
Okay.
He's-
All right. So you can arrest him instead of killing him. I
Yes.
like it. All right. So he's arrested. And we're going to epilogue time. You guys have stopped the murders. You've avenged Paisley Schrock and her family. So you probably want to know why, right?
You kind of explained why.
Because they're cutting down the forest.
Yeah.
The security arrests Ezra Routier. Do you guys tell them about Asher Stipe?
No.
No.
No, but we're gonna find someone
I-
who can remove curse.
I would leave that up to him. I would be aware myself. I'm gonna kind of help him.
Okay, so
Hmm.
you see Imeri walking up to the door of Asher Stipe's house with Asher's unconscious body in her arms, saying, "Here's your husband. He's unconscious. He's fine. He should go out in the woods next time. Those cages do not hold him." and the wife, Beatrice. The wife, Beatrice, saying, "Oh, Asher," and taking him in and saying, "Thank you. Yeah, I'll take good care of it. I'll clean him up. He's at 1 HP." So,
And
yeah,
then I'm
and-
gonna try to help Grace too.
oh yeah, Grace is very mentally not well, but physically fine. And as the security team arrests the painter, Ezra, he says, "But you deserve it. You deserve it. So look at what you've done. Look at this horrible..." He points out at the dried tree stumps and branches leading all the way down to the ocean, just desolation for as far as the eye can see down to the waves. And he says, "How could you do this to the land?" He's screaming, and then he starts talking in a language you don't understand, and he says, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And
Can
you're
I
like, "Well,
slap him?
that's not... I don't speak Druidic." Sure, yeah.
And I'm gonna be
And
like, "How
if you
could you do that
investigate-
to the kids?"
They were the children of lumberjacks. They deserved it. They were
They're-
going to follow in their parents'
They're
footsteps.
children.
And those darn domesticated animals, so far from the wild. And he's definitely an evil eco-terrorist. Eco-terrorists are bad. And if you investigate his house, you find a bunch of writings and books. And do you guys, any of you read Druidic?
I have it's actually a cantrip, so I could do it. Or no, it's a first level, comprehend languages. So I could
Okay,
touch
then
it.
you're able to understand this book was written by another druid. Ezra was not the original author, and it's instructions on how they should go out and stop the loggers, and how it's up to them to save the world.
I'm gonna turn this over to the authorities.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn down the lumber mill.
No.
What? I thought we were done. I was about to sign off, but I guess I should acknowledge
I'll
that
close
was said.
down the lumber
You do
mill.
what?
No.
I'll close it down. And I'll start an initiative and start planting a tree. For every dollar donated, I'll plant a tree.
Okay, so Moka
revive
enters into
the
negotiations
desolate
with
place.
Grace, her best friend, on how they should plant trees after they have milled them,
Yes.
and how there should be a sustainable forestry initiative.
Yes.
Not shut it down.
I won't shut it down.
just-
Okay, I'll take
So
the
we should
profits
plant
that they
trees
make
here?
to replant. Yes.
Oh, that's going to cost money.
You guys are making a lot of money. We saw the numbers. Well, Mortimer did, and he told us about the numbers. You guys have enough.
You know, I'm gonna.
Roll a persuasion check. You get advantage because her boss got killed.
12. Do I get anything?
Persuasion.
Can I guidance myself?
Bless yourself first.
I would.
Guidance myself.
Well, with a 12, I'm sorry, you don't pass. You really rolled it twice, so you took the higher number?
I would like to.
Yep. She says, that would cost money, honey, and she pats you on the shoulder.
And I'll start a non-profit association called Tree of Life.
Yeah.
And we'll start planting trees.
Moka has a long-term goal. All right. Moka's fundraiser for sustainable forestry.
I was going to see if
All
there's
right.
any way I
Start
could
something.
enter into a partnership with her. I will supply some funds.
That's a good plan. And so, joining us this time were Imeri,
Bye.
Moka,
Bye, plant a tree.
and Mortimer.
Until next we meet.
Bye!
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Firebreathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore Firebreathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. We also have official merchandise on Redbubble.com. Go to redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters such as Frath, Amonist, Azreen, and more.